Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS, pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS, pretty dang cool. When you got the best team in the league, pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna be in the league forever, cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna save the crew, pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're in Columbus, that's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna save the crew, yeah, pretty. Best team in MLS, first team in the league, first triplets in the league. Gonna save the crew, yeah, in Columbus. We're the greatest, yeah. You know what that means, you know what that means. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS, pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS, pretty dang cool. When you got the best team in the league, pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna be in the league forever, cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna save the crew, pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're in Columbus, that's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're gonna save the crew, yeah, pretty dang cool. Dang cool.
That's pretty dang cool.
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Crewzers FC remain undefeated in 2018, picking up a point on the road against the Philadelphia Union. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight, it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Dave Greeley means when he astroturfs like a snake. Man balls, they are back, and they are thrown about as liberally as ever. Darby, I welcome you back. And I warn you that John is about to take out his dick in 3, 2, segment 2. The rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Jo Rodgers is here, bitches. She's one of the top lads in the Save a Crew game. But what does she think about things and stuff? Tune in to find out. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize and sweet mother of God. A logjam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, and Higher Ballerina return to battle each other for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Crewzers versus DC, Hang On Tour, the Axe Attack War, and so much fucking more! Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood and Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. Officer Carol Seaver. And I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc the Wet Boy Zadar, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, mopaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo, how in the hell have you been?
Oh, really happy to be here, enjoying this year's MLS switch to a winter schedule. It's always gratifying when you have snow for your early games.
I wish they wouldn't have switched us to the spring schedule first and then right back to the winter schedule, because it was warm in Darby now. It's cold in Columbus.
It's cold and snowing.
How many pieces of sushi did you cram down your gullet?
I got 6 in before the show started.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Like, while the intro?
No. Actually, maybe 8. I think he's coming in, it's like a 10-pack.
Wow, dude. More, again, and the Rice Krispie treats on the top this time, too.
Yeah, they're really nailing the Rice Krispie treats.
You're an embarrassment to the league. John Zadar, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Have you saved the crew yet?
No. You know,
Are you close?
If you told me that Greg's stupid burger stank was going to be replaced with Darby's gross old man fish, I would have not come back for this season.
I probably wouldn't have either.
Josephine's mom doesn't complain about my old man fish.
Oh my fucking God, roasted.
Two fish is the beginning of a school, so you and her go together.
I have heard that. I will say this about Darby's meat thing versus Greg's. Like, at least there's a competition with Darby. Like, at least
what do you mean?
It's like how many pieces
of
eat?
sushi can I eat?
Yeah, with Greg it was just like we have to watch this disgusting person eat like 3 junior bacon cheeseburgers slowly, like chew with all these pieces of bacon like falling down his chin. And you're like, Greg, why am I looking at you? We never got the answer to that.
We didn't.
Everyone hates him. John, sorry, your thoughts?
What do you think he's up to right now? This very moment.
Smoke weed every day.
Probably that. Moving the fuck on. Couple pieces of housekeeping before we get into meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. First and foremost, the Save the Crew jerseys. John, they are done. Is that true?
By the time this comes out.
I was waiting for the drum roll, Dan. Sorry. Yeah. No, well, most of them, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
First order is ready to go, or will be tomorrow.
Will be ready to go.
The first order, as far as you people are concerned, is ready to go.
Whoa.
As far as the 3 people sitting at this table and lots of others, no.
Fuck. God damn it. I was the first one to order them. This is unbelievable.
Yeah,
your order number 3,517.
Did I get pushed to the back of the line?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin said that earlier.
Yeah.
Because you made up an order number.
I never got a confirmation. Seriously,
Morgan made up an order number, so he's last.
Yeah. He said she is last.
Yeah. You have the girls.
No, so everybody check your inbox if you bought a Save the Crew jersey. The first run will be ready for pickup on Saturday. You have to print out your confirmation.
Batch numero uno.
And bring it to the Failing Crew Union tailgate.
You don't have to pick it up.
You don't have to print it out?
No.
If you can RSVP to pick it up.
Otherwise, you have to RSVP to pick it up.
Otherwise, we're shipping it out.
You can't just show up. We won't have it. Nope. I will not have it. And
you can show up.
Well,
you can't.
Yeah. You will not get a jersey,
especially if you didn't buy one.
RSVP if you want your jersey. If not, we'll ship it out Monday. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we'll ship it to you if you don't show up. Todd Strauff, douchebag. He texted me. He's like, I know I'm being a pain in the ass, and he's been such a bitch this entire time.
He's been the biggest crier about jerseys.
Oh my God, everything. He's like, but can I pick up my jersey now? Because I don't know what time I'm gonna be able to get there on Saturday. I'm like, no, fuck off, Todd. No, Jesus. Moving on, second piece of celebrity.
I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it.
Yes, that's what he said. Shout out to celebrity fan Eric Bobbitt for streaming the first half of Saturday's game via Periscope. MLS Live was not working, so for those of us that were trying to watch on our mobile devices, because maybe you were in the birthplace of Bill's Mafia, Darby, it just there was no feed.
It shit the bed.
As of yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, it still wasn't even up for replay watching. It was the only game still not available.
As of this afternoon.
Oh, it still wasn't up this afternoon?
Yeah, as of this afternoon.
Definitely not a conspiracy against us at the league level.
No, definitely not, Darby, not at all.
It went from
But Eric Bobbitt did his
Did he Periscope his TV?
That's pretty cool.
He did, and it worked perfectly. Like, he got it figured out eventually, and that's how I watched the first half.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Buffalo. So thanks, Bobbitt. You finally done something with your life.
Yeah, Blood Point?
I mean, that's on you wanted to? Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
One Blood Point.
Really more than anyone else has earned a Blood Point for.
The failing Eric Bobbitt. Sad. Last piece of housekeeping, lads. Big shout out to celebrity shitlord Ags Attack for that intro song. He made that. Darby. He made this with his... You guys weren't listening. You were bitching about some Save the Crew thing.
I know. Can you play the Michael Scott No drop now, please?
Columbus.
Like, you have to try to make shit this bad.
What are you talking about, bad? This is incredible.
What? What does he even say on that line?
Yeah, I understand one word out of every sentence.
This is the only AGS Jack song that I actually listened to before the show because I just happened to see it on Twitter, and I still didn't understand what the fuck he was saying then.
I listened to 30 seconds. I was like, I wish I had those 30 seconds of my life back. Even that was.
When you're the best team in the league, yeah.
That's pretty dang
It is pretty dang cool, Ralph. Thanks. Moving on, lads. Crewzers FC took on Philadelphia.
Oh, you want to do the thing like the Ralph Shadell show? You just keep talking and I'll talk over you.
Wait a minute, John. Don't talk over me while this is happening. Okay, last piece of housekeeping.
Is it deals time right now?
You told me that, yeah. You know I'm always trying to get you guys some hot deals. That's pretty dang cool. You told me that at the beginning of the latest Ralph Shadell show is like a double track.
Yeah.
What?
I listened to it because I saw that he said he talked about being on ACES, so I was like, I'll check that out. And he... the first 12 minutes of the show is double audio.
How do you do it? It's so hard to do.
The best part is that instead of I don't understand, Ralph. I know you're going to probably hear this. Why didn't you just take it down and remix it?
Yeah.
Instead, he puts a notice at the beginning of the show that says, hey, the next 12 minutes is going to have double audio tracks, me talking over Jill Ellis.
Why?
So he knew it was because you responded and you were like, it's pretty hard to not notice that. And I was like, no,
yes.
he noticed.
And he still put it up.
But he didn't fix it.
Instead of just separating the tracks or just cutting that part out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I know we're selling you a brand new car with a busted tire, but we're going to duct tape that right up and call it good for you.
Yeah. Ralph, just cut that out, brother. I mean, or re-record it. It's a fucking Ralph Shadell show. You have 7-minute segments.
The part that he was talking about was just us. It wasn't important.
Man.
He just could have just eliminated the show apart from the show. No one cared.
It was the least important part of the show.
It wasn't the interviews with the U.S. women's players or anything later in the show.
Oh, did he have those?
Yeah.
Did they make it up the slightly snowy hill?
I don't know. He asked them what kind of sandwich they ate.
That's pretty dang cool.
Tuna? Nah. It's a joke. You'll laugh at home about that, John. Philadelphia.
That have to do with Josephy's mom?
The city of...
That's 3 fish. That's...
The city of triple fish rest up love. Jesus Christ. 3, 2, 1.
There.
Chester is also close to Philadelphia. Formation 4-2-3-1. Starters. Third game in a row. The same fuckers. Awful. Mensa, Abubakar, Valenzuela. Fernando edition. Trapp and Artur in the middle. Sanch, Higuain, Martinez on the wings and attacking mid. And your boy Jazzy Zardes up top. Your subs are Nico Hansen, so hot right now for Christian Martinez in the 74th.
You're so hot right now for Christian Martinez?
No, Nico Hansen. He's so hot right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said
it's like a
so hot right now for Christian Martinez.
Yeah, well, that too. I do love that dyed hair.
It's the blonde.
Yeah. Luis Argudo for Sanch in the 93rd. Your goals were scored by absolutely fucking no one because no one scored. Okay, so again, I said it last week. I'll repeat it again this week. Last loss in regular season play was August 5th, 2017 at San Jose. Columbus now on a 13-game regular season unbeaten streak, which will span 231 entire days when the game this Saturday against the Evil Empire DC United kicks off. Darby, this is the kind of game that you hate as a member of a Crew podcast.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about. A lot of people were talking shit about this game, saying it was boring. I didn't think it was that bad.
There were some quality chances created.
There were some quality chances. There was good defensive play. Was it the most exciting? It's easy to shit on a 0-0 draw, but it was one of the better 0-0 draws we've seen in a while. Granted, we haven't seen a lot of 0-0 draws. Also, I just want to say 0-0 draws again.
Yeah.
It was standard sort of stuff. The defense played really well. In fact, I think Harrison was more tuned in on defense than he has been in a while. Jossie probably should have put a goal or two in.
Yes. Higuain put him in some absolutely wonderful places.
Yeah, and Pedro fell down a lot, so it was kind of a normal game.
Needs to be on the bench.
He needs something.
He's awful.
He's awful. He's invisible.
I'm over it.
Yeah. It's a lot of money to be.
I want the Mensa tweets to be happening right now. You guys are not ripping him hard enough.
There needs to be hating all season.
Yes.
I will say, when I tweeted about him one time, I said it seems to be a tendency for crew number 9s to fall down a lot. Todd really liked that.
Roasted.
He's becoming my biggest fan.
Todd Fichtenberg?
Yes.
He's transitioning from Ethan Finley to Darby Schaff.
Yeah, that's basically it. I am the Ethan Finley of podcasting.
That is sad. That is fake news and sad. You can open that door. We're recording, but no one listens
You
to
can
this.
try, but
Yeah.
it's busted. Door.
So, I mean, 0-0 draws are always inherently like... First of all, I'll say this. So I was in Buffalo for Kip Lexner's bachelor party. And
Darby, you're not cleaning anything.
That's not actually soy sauce, as it turns out.
Yes, it is. You
Oh,
just
I
didn't
just
touch
missed
it with a napkin.
Okay.
This is what you did. Here's the...
Well, I saw there was like a dark spot in the wood.
Here was
This
the
is
soy
great.
sauce spill, and he takes the napkin and he goes
This is great audio.
right next to it and holds it there and then picks it up.
I thought that right there was soy sauce.
Idiot.
You old
This
bastard.
edition of the Massive Report podcast is brought to you by Darby Spill. Did I say Massive Report?
Yeah, you
Good.
did.
I meant it because this is trash. Darby has spilled a thing.
Anyways,
You son of a
So
bitch.
I was in Buffalo and with a bunch of hot dudes that knew that I was a Crew fan and kind of they got ready for the game a little bit by association, by almost osmosis. And to have a 0-0 draw was just very upsetting because I turned to Jarvis and I'm like, well, there were no new soccer fans made on this trip. Holy shit.
yeah.
Because that's like the thing that like your typical I hate soccer stupid kind of person. Not to strawman it and anyone, but that's what they say. Like, oh, how do you watch 0-0 for an hour and a half? I'm like, well, we also don't enjoy 0-0 draws all that much.
Right. In the meantime, there was probably like an NFL game last season that was like a 6-9 game. That
Yeah,
like,
Buffalo and
this is
Jacksonville.
great entertainment.
Yeah.
And baseball no-hitters are just like the top tier
Right.
of accomplishments.
Oh yeah, it's like the biggest deal ever. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, enough on the field stuff, lads. Let's talk about where the games are won and lost, and that's in the stands, John. Massive shout out to the Sons of Ben for the multiple hanging Save the Crew banners and the Save the Crew themed giant goddamn tifo. Those looked great. Thank you. Love you.
I didn't really understand what the TiVo had to do with
They
was it
basically
a sandwich
No,
like,
it
that
was
was going to eat us.
it was like
Can you
Jaws.
explain it? I didn't see it. Can you explain it for the
I saw
audience?
two like
Do
cropped
you remember
pictures
when
of
we
it.
played against New England in 2014 in the playoffs? The Wayleg, the Revs fans, the Fort had that Jaws themed thing. The Jaws movie poster where Jaws is coming
he's
up.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, and a couple of teams have done similar.
Yeah. It was almost the same exact thing,
Right.
with the same exact like crew players and hard hats and shit. But on
Right.
the boat for Philly, it said there was a big thing that said "Save the Crew" on the back.
There was a boat for Philly.
Nice.
Philly's tifo had our players in a boat that was about to be eaten by the shark. And on the back of that boat, it said, tune into the internet to find out, John. It was actually very great. All this to say, they went out of their way in two hanging banners on their giant tifo and their capo. You know how I love capos, John. Had a giant Save the Crew piece of, had a banner. It said Save the Crew, and they were holding
One
it
of
up.
the
So
ones we sent out.
Awesome.
possibly. It didn't look like it to me, but I mean, it did look like garbage. So Ethan from GCG Bag could have theoretically made it. Yeah, shout out to the Sons of Ben. Let's talk about the announced attendance because this is what really grinded my gears. Hashtag Darbs. 15,323 was the announced attendance, and to me, that is absolutely outrageous and offensive. That would have been announced as 614 people in Columbus. And I hope the rest of the fucking league, I hope everybody around the league enjoys skewed numbers being used to their benefit while it lasts. Because wait till the owners turn on you, and it's going to change real quick. Darby, there were 600 people at that game. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and don't take this as us shitting on Philadelphia fans or criticizing their attendance because that's not where it's at. We know that
Correct.
Teams have struggles. There's ebbs and flows in attendance. It can
Cold
be
as shit.
weather and travel and team performance and any number of factors play into attendance. So that's not it. But yes, when they say, "Oh, there's this stadium is at 3/4 capacity, 80% capacity," and you look at the photos and it's just not, and you know that they are playing a shell game with their numbers.
Yeah, a stadium that's supposedly that full, I shouldn't be able to read their name on the seats.
Yeah. So just be fucking consistent with your attendance numbers.
Yep.
In the league, whatever you're going to do, our attendance was. If you were just eyeballing the stadiums, our attendance was at least on par with that, if not more.
And what was in Houston?
We can have this conversation every week.
Yeah.
Every week there's going to be a team where it right, where it's blatantly obvious that the reported attendance is.
And until they stop using those numbers against us, we're going to talk about it every week. And it needs to be talked about every week because these are lies. They've been lying for so long that they now can't use.
Well, they've lied. The problem is that they've lied for so long, and then now they've changed from lying to actually telling the truth.
Yeah.
But they're only telling the truth now about one team.
And in the case of Columbus, the one team, maybe sometimes when kickoff happens.
Right.
And they've kept 10,000 of their fans out in the parking lot, almost getting hit by cars.
Right.
Honestly, this is going to be an era
It's selective truth.
Yeah.
It's true. That number was true at one point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 75,000 people in the
Technically,
stadium.
at one point in game day, there's only one fan
That's
in the
right.
stadium.
Sad.
Yes.
Failing Atlanta United.
Yes.
Sad. Right. Let's go around the table, Latin term for podcast hosts, get our color impressions of the match out of the way. Drabby Schranfus, 40-year-old man-child, we start with you. Your color impression of the game, my friend.
This was color impression. Kind of a smog color. Like, just, not
Colors
very
don't have
interesting.
sizes.
Did you say small
Just
color?
a smog.
Oh,
smog.
Oh, I thought you said small, too.
I
That's
heard
what was like-
small. I heard small.
My color impression is 7, Morgan.
7. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Out of what? Green?
7 out of smog.
I rate this 7 out of smog on a green scale.
Yeah.
Sean Sitar, the wet boy, amputee artist. Your color impression of the match, my friend.
I'm going to go with Philadelphia blue, which is the color all those empty seats were.
Roasted. I don't know how they come back from that. You know what we also didn't consider was the fact that there could have been 15,000 people there, and 13,000 of them were murdered because Chester is a very dangerous place, and yeah, they could there are a lot of people there that die.
You know what I wanted to mention real
Swords.
fast that we didn't really get covered?
Knives.
You mentioned it.
What?
What are you doing? Are you still doing your thing? You can go ahead.
Weapons.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
John, there are weapons.
Just keep going.
Okay. No, I'm just saying ropes too. That
What
anything
other- what
can be
else?
used, like a thumbtack in the temple, and you're like, what? What's that?
Does that kill you then?
Well, no, you trip and you fall into the river.
Oh,
but it's
because
winter.
of the thumbtack?
Yeah, because
But
you're
it
like,
sets
what
you
was
off
that?
balance.
And you're like, and then you drown because you never learned how to swim, John.
Right.
That's it. That's all. Back to you.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about, John?
I was just going to say that you had mentioned that Awful had a good game, and I had noticed that if anybody else saw that ESPN, what do you want to call it, survey or whatever that they did out of the anonymous players, he was actually in the
he was like
top 5 of most difficult opponents that people have played to.
Yeah.
Who is your toughest individual opponent in MLS? It's Giovinco, Villa, Piatti, Kendall Watson, and Harrison Awful. So top 5.
A lot of attacking midfielders and a right back.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I think.
And Kendall Watson, big burly center back.
And then another related thing, building off of that same article, based on something we just talked about, was the crowd sizes.
Yeah.
Another one of their questions was, I'm trying to find it here, sorry.
Like the most intimidating
Where is the
place.
hardest place to play in MLS? Yeah, and
oh, that's the survey that came out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and granted, of course, there's places like Atlanta and Portland where there's lots and lots of fans, but also 2 quotes here where Houston, the heat, the humidity, no fans, the grass isn't great. And then another one says, I always think New England is tough because the crowds are pretty small.
Boom.
And the field's not great.
Oh, my God.
That Houston quote sounds more like a Houston player than an opposing person.
See, that's what I thought was odd because I took this to be obviously you're going to say where's the hardest place to play? It's not going to be at home.
Yeah.
Right?
But
You would think you would answer an away stadium, but
I mean, if you're New
why
England,
would no fans at an away game, theoretically, if fans make such a big difference, which people are always trying to claim, why would opposing players say having no fans would be a bad thing?
If you're a visitor, you'd want a relatively quiet stadium, I would assume.
And I mean, you're right. It could be maybe a Houston player said it about Houston and a New England player said it about New England. We don't know because it's anonymous. But I thought that was interesting.
That's what they're
Columbus
saying.
wasn't mentioned.
They're saying that about Houston.
For having
it's
no
getting
fans.
hot in here because our stadium's a convection oven. That's a poor design.
That's a good song, though.
Thank you.
AGS Attack.
I
Take
wrote
notes.
that. It's called Convection Oven Hot song.
Yeah. You're bringing convection back.
Moving on. John, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is being slowly cooked to death in Texas all summer?
Yeah, I think it would be words.
That's right, John. They say the only cure for the scourge, that is fiery death, is knowledge.
And now,
Yeah, it's knowledge.
an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the Code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, Darby Schramfus, to another edition of Cracking the Code, which was going to originally be called the Massive Report Podcast, but I didn't have any credit left on my 1-800 free conference call account, which is frustrating because it's free is in the name, and I'm like, I got Stanek here on hold, Patrick Murphy, who's a lot quieter than everyone else. Then I need Bart Logan to come in and scream at the top of his lungs and blow my goddamn eardrums out. How would, people demand to be in pain? I'm assuming that website exists for a reason. Back to you.
I think only the first caller in the conference call is free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they call that Podcast for Columbus.
Well, I'm sorry, are you on mute? Is somebody on mute right now? John, are you on mute?
What?
Don't talk over this. Shh. I got a new microphone. It's on. I don't know if it's on mute. I don't know how to take. Okay, and we're back.
Oh, this is what they do.
I see. I'm roasting the Ralph.
I thought you were
Show
genuinely
and
asking me if I was muted, and I was like, I don't know. You mute. You would have done it if I was.
He's doing a thing.
Shut up, Darby. Don't do over this.
Sorry, we don't talk during.
Yeah,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm really bad about
part
talking
where you
over
don't.
the
part where you don't
phone.
You don't talk over
definitely.
You hear the tones?
No.
You hear the.
Oh, welcome back, everyone. Great to have you back, Darby. Hashtag Darbs. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes to us from none other than Dave Greeley, everyone's top lad, everyone's favorite executive.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
yeah, well, we'll see, Darbs.
This wasn't the clip by.
No, so MLS to ATX sent out an email to their supporters and a tweet, the links to their website, ahead of today's city council meeting in Austin, and it's 7:10 p.m. local time here in Columbus, and as of like 10 minutes ago, they still hadn't talked about this. At their meeting.
Oh, sorry. It'll probably come out in the email as far as when people were supposed to arrive.
Yeah.
Right?
So yesterday they got an email, and I read it. And so I walks up to Dave Greeley, Darbs, and I says, "Greeley, how are you, my friend?" And he says, "Morgan, I don't know what to do. Do I put a party hat on? How about an eye patch? I'm really confused." And people started booing. But then he talked in my pocket recorder, and he had the following to say in 3, 2, 1.
This Thursday, there is a resolution on the Austin City Council agenda to direct the city manager to conduct further analysis of McCalla Place as a Major League Soccer stadium site and to provide a detailed assessment of potential community benefits that could be generated by such a use. We need you there. Plan to be at Austin City Hall for as long as you can, beginning at 10 a.m. Bring your devices and chargers. Wear your MLS 2ATX gear or soccer team, club, or league uniform or your favorite jersey. We'll have some extras for you in the lobby if you don't have anything. If you cannot make it, show your support by praising the council members who sponsored the resolution by phone, email, and by tagging them on Twitter. Hashtag YOLOSnake24 SnakeBlaze. Let me snake.
I mean, top 10 most cringy and just repulsive things.
A lot of pandering going on there. A lot of pandering.
Praising, the word praising makes me physically ill. Wear this or that or this or anything.
Or
but
if
if
you're
you
a
can't,
soccer fan who doesn't have any soccer gear whatsoever or any of our free shit that we've already given out, we'll have some more.
So Darbs, hashtag Darbs, I want to hear your thoughts. I actually was kind of pissed today for a number of reasons. I have almost 2 pages of notes.
Wow.
For cracking the
That's
code.
showprep.
I have literally never put notes
my
down for
God.
anything.
Wow.
And I want to read it eventually. But
We don't have time. We don't read the long hot takes, okay?
this is... I'm going to fight that inclination and do it anyway in a second, John. But Darby, I mean, your thoughts. The AstroTurf campaign is embarrassing. And how do you feel after hearing that?
Yeah, it was cringy, and early on there was a photograph. Chris Bills talked about the packed room, which had a non-zero number of people in it. Apparently, that's the definition of packed. Most of whom were media, who may have been there for like bombing-related things or something.
There is a lot going on in Austin.
There's a lot going on in Austin.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was interesting is. Okay, and so granted, when we as Save the Crew go to city councils. We're on a goodwill mission, and we're getting resolutions that admittedly have an element of symbolism to them.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone we've gone to has said, hey, we're going to put you first on the agenda.
Yeah.
This is a priority. Let's go ahead. Let's give you the chance to speak. We're going to consider the resolution, and then you can go home.
Yeah.
Right? And Austin is the opposite of that, where it's like, show up at 10 o'clock. Oh, we're just going to keep pushing this back and keep pushing this back. And maybe eventually we'll talk about it.
What does it all mean, Basil? Yeah, they're still not getting to it, and they had a lunch break from 12:30 to like 4:45, and then they have a dinner break at 5:30. First of all, how fucking long are their city council meetings? That's outrageous.
Well, it's still going.
They were
Chris
going
Bills
to
tweeted half an hour ago and said, Mayor Adler brings up item 99, soccer, as potential discussion item, but Kathy Tovo shrugs him off.
See,
Too many speakers, so close.
Oh, man.
The problem was they had to go to McCalla Place for lunch, so it's 2 hours each way from downtown.
I don't know how they come back from that. Probably slowly, and it probably will take them a while. Sean Sitar, the wet boy. What do you think about when you hear Dave Greeley astroturfing?
I hear it. It sounds pathetic.
Yeah.
We left T-shirts for you in the lobby.
Yeah, we'll have some swag for you up front if you've never heard of us.
I'm just picturing people walking in and there just being four probably just the same T-shirts those guys who were hired to kick balls at South by Southwest. They didn't even wash them. They just peeled those sweaty things off and threw them in the corner. And we're a guy running the metal detector. If anybody comes in here and wants a shirt, they're over there.
Right. Hey, could you do me a solid and just tell people that shirt is unacceptable? And then, hey, we just have this shirt that you could wear.
Right.
I saw a picture of somebody retweeted it. There were 2 people there wearing MLS to ATX scarves, and one of them had an FC Dallas shirt.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
I mean, they're so. I don't know.
FC Dallas is about to lose a fan, and they can't afford to lose.
No,
any.
they cannot, John. That's 17% of their season ticket base. I feel for Austin because, man, I want to teach you guys stuff. You don't wear front office scarves. You don't wear those. This goes to crew fans as well. You know those games where they'll hand out the fucking Bacardi silk summer scarves, and it's
silk scarves are
and
fucking plebs.
I see them sometimes, and I'm just like, hey,
regardless
man,
of
can
where
I
they
give
come
you a
from.
free Tifo sweat scarf? And can we go outside and burn that one? Don't wear the front office scarves. What's wrong with you people? Any other thoughts, John, before I rant?
No, you can if you want to get your thing out of the way. I was surprised that this was. Are we going to talk at all about our favorite owners or investor operators tweet from today?
Yeah, we can talk about that in a second. I woke up today and
yeah, you do your thing.
Let me just read this.
Whoa.
So I don't.
Darby, do you have any more sushi you want to eat?
Do you want the?
This thing?
No.
The other.
The
this one?
No.
Okay, I know.
I'm Alex.
Yes, that
I'm
one.
Paul.
I'm gonna reset.
Everybody go listen to ACES Radio instead. It's gonna be
That's
awesome.
pretty dang cool.
Thanks, Ralph. So I don't pay attention to the MLS to ATX hashtag at all, but I do get screenshots texted to me, mostly from Andy Stanky from time to time, and a lot of crew fans will quote tweet or interact with Anthony Precourt's main AstroTurf handle. That's MLS to ATX. So even though I don't go searching out information from them because I'm more concerned with Columbus and our team, the soccer team that actually exists, I do know what's generally going on down there. And lately I get the sense that their tone has changed. And by they, I mean the 3 people in Austin who actually want the crew to move there, including that supporter group, MLS in ATX. So first of all, let's acknowledge that there are some questionable Twitter accounts out there. And the nature of a hashtag being a hashtag means that anyone can use it for whatever reason they want. I didn't see what kicked off the Taylor Twellman or Brian Dunseth circle jerks that happened a few weeks ago, but it's worth noting that whatever was said to them is entirely uncharacteristic of the crew fans I know in my life, and I know a lot of them, and those that use the Save the Crew hashtag that I've seen. I was involved in the Phil West Sirius radio fucking thing. And that, to me, looked like a competition to see who could be more offended on Twitter. And nobody wins those kind of competitions. If it's an outrage contest, everybody fucking loses. Completely ridiculous.
Oh, was that the thing with Brian Dunseth's show?
Yes,
That I pointed out. Yeah.
There were a couple Brian Dunseth things. That's the one I was talking about.
Brian Dunseth, if you have a problem with something I say, you're welcome to respond to it personally instead of retweet and like other people's shit.
If you have a problem with somebody giving you shit on social media, don't be on social media.
Well, you didn't have a problem with him. You had a problem with the show itself.
Yeah,
it's his show.
And by the way,
he's the host on it.
When I say if you have a problem,
he didn't
with
have
giving
any.
shit,
He didn't have the balls to respond to me. He just liked and retweeted a bunch of people who responded to me.
But when I say people giving you shit, I don't mean abuse. I'm not talking about abuse.
I unfollowed him the next day. I had followed him because he's a crew player for all this, and I unfollowed him the next day because the very next day was his birthday, and he's one of those people who retweets all the people who are saying happy birthday to him. Like anybody gives a fuck. Like I don't need to see all the 40,000 people saying happy birthday to Brian Dunseth.
Yeah, no one cares.
Like stop filling my feed with garbage.
Yeah. So back to the changing tones that I've been noticing, specifically MLS to ATX trolls casually mentioning that Save the Crew is losing steam or making accusations like we have a history of paying people, whatever that even means, or saying that
when do we get paid?
That we've been attacked by Save the Crew related accounts. First of all, those are all accusations, and they're pretty serious ones. And I'll remind them that the burden of proof is on you when you make accusations. And per Hitchens' razor, what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. They've gone hard at our attendance lately as well, which was to be expected this entire time. First of all, you have to actually have a team to have attendance issues, but that's neither here nor there. The important note on this issue is that we have the deck stacked against us by Major League Soccer. We've talked about it before, so I won't go on and on about it, but the available data points it points to the league shaping our schedule in a way that has games during times when they know we don't draw as well as we would at other times. Add into that fact that the shithead, spotty-lipped, snake-ass man-baby who owns our team is doing everything in his power to rip our community apart, and yes, we can agree that we're being put in a position that should make the powers that be in MLS feel a great deal of shame. Using that against us, as many of the MLS ATX trolls have done recently, is flat-out victim blaming. And it is shameful, period. Beyond that, it's clear that MLS ATX trolls enjoy poking and prodding us by using our hashtag. And let's be clear on one thing, everyone. Anytime we react to them, they get exactly what they want. I might be the single most harassed fan in the history of Major League Soccer, certainly in the history of the Columbus Crew. So the following advice, and I don't say that with pride, so the following advice will be coming to you straight from the mouth of an expert in this field. Do not engage them. If they say something harmful, report them and block them. If it's just general harassment that doesn't break any terms of use agreements, just block them. Once you engage them, you are stepping into their arena, and it's an arena where people have seen the way Anthony Precourt and Major League Soccer are treating the real living humans in Columbus, and they still want in on it. It's an arena where the burden of proof doesn't exist and logic does not imply. So trust me, I'm an expert at this. You cannot win in this arena. Even with every piece of proof on your side, you cannot win. You will never win. You will walk away feeling angry and frustrated, and that's exactly what they want. By engaging them, regardless of how severe, outrageous the accusation is, simply by engaging them, you lend credibility to their accusations. And don't do that. Report, block, move on with your life. Are the MLS to ATX trolls and people like them sad and pathetic? Probably. They probably are. There are a lot of people like that out there, my friends. And every time they make some new and despicable claim about you, it's going to make your blood boil. You're going to want to lash out. You're going to want to defend yourself, and you're going to want to know why they're doing this to you and the people whom you love. And I'll tell you why. It's a cycle of sadness with them. They have to make increasingly hurtful comments about how evil you are, how you've wronged them, or why you deserve to have your community destroyed, because that's the only thing that will make their behavior look necessary. To put it another way, if they weren't justified in harassing you, what does it say about them? If I don't steal banners, if John isn't a Nazi, and Columbus Crew fans aren't harassing them online, well, it just means that they've been behaving horribly because they are horrible. And that's something they're unwilling to consider. So the cycle of sadness begins again. I'll repeat myself. Report, block, and move on with your day. It's the end of my rant, Darby. Back to you.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And I would also add, don't even try and engage trolls positively or rationally. Because, when you're a shitbag to a shitbag, then you just give them more fodder to work with, and they can go, oh, look at these assholes. If you try and engage a troll in logical discussion, you're not going to shut them up. If
Logic
you try
doesn't
and
apply
kill
there.
them with kindness, they're not going to die.
Nope.
It really is best. I mean, eventually all of these trolls resort to some matter of targeted harassment. That's a really good, whenever they make some sort of inevitable, like, woman bashing joke, gay bashing joke, fat shaming, whatever the hell it is, they're eventually going to go down a shitty road. Report them then when you've got good ammo. Otherwise, absolutely, just block them.
Block them. Move on with your life.
Don't give them any of you.
Yeah. I kind of said it, I think, last week about a message that Mike Hudson sent me. Don't just get it out of your life, man. Purge it from you. Block. Whatever you got to do. Don't spend time on it. It's not worth it. Life is short. We're going to save the crew. You got a lot of time left to watch games, man. Don't waste your life worrying about what trolls say about our attendance. They're victims. They're slut shamers.
Yeah, anytime you have the urge to respond to a troll, tweet out a ticket link instead.
Yeah.
Or just type it into type it up and send whatever nasty shit you want to say to Darby's DMs.
Yeah, at Token Liberal. At Token Liberal.
Team at SaveTheCrew.com. I love getting that.
Actually,
they both go to Darby. It's great. John, any thoughts on the Save the Crew or cracking the code? Anything before we move on to man balls?
No.
I mean, you're a guy who's been targeted and harassed on the internet. It doesn't bother you as much as it bothers me. I mean, Pam literally had to have an intervention with me at one point.
Yeah, we had a hug party.
You were there. Yeah. It was horrible.
I helped plan that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that disagree or hate on you for it. So,
as two guys with experience,
you
trust us.
Well, and especially
move on.
I mean, not just in that instance of soccer, do I have experience with that? But that's just kind of my field is art. And not everyone is always going to like art you make either. So you've kind of just got to do what you want to do and do it for yourself and the people that are going to appreciate it, and just keep chugging along. And honestly, I think the more haters there are, the more successful you can.
Yeah, you're probably doing
yourself
something noticeable
to be in whatever you're doing. Yeah. So I mean. Yeah, mute them, block them, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't look at their hashtag. I don't search any of them out.
Let Andy Stanky.
I don't even look. I don't really even look at Chris Bills and that kind of shit. It doesn't matter to me. It's not whatever they're saying or doing isn't going to affect me or affect my daily life.
Yeah, like we said, man. I mean, these are people that are watching what the league and ownership is doing to us, and they still say, We'd like in on that. So your logic is not going to work, just like Darby alluded to. So I think now the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again? He's absolutely right. Say what one more goddamn time.
Do you want to touch on real briefly the small side to that?
Yes.
Our buddy Precourt's tweet today.
Oh, absolutely. I always want to talk about it.
I am very upset.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
very upset.
All right, tell us. Well, it was announced today that there's an Italian soccer team that exists somewhere in the world, and we're playing them as a league in an all-star game.
Yes.
Is that right?
This year's all-star game,
okay,
which is in Atlanta, is against
Juventus. That's a word.
It starts with a J. I believe it's Juventus.
It does start with a J.
Juventus.
It's not that.
Juvist.
It's not that.
Juventus.
It's
Juves?
Yeah, Juves.
Juves. Okay, I knew it.
It's an Italian team. It's a pretty big one.
But that's where Higuain's brother plays.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And so he tweeted today, Higuain Brothers Derby this August, ? God damn. Which, first of all, is not even there's a lot wrong here. There's a lot pissing me off.
First of all,
stop talking. Don't. He's ruined Dos Higuains for me.
Don't ever talk again.
I've been working on Dos Higuains for years.
John, you really have.
I've really been pushing it.
Yes, you have.
And now he comes in
all
and
the hard
he taints
work.
it.
Yeah.
And I am upset.
And of course that shitbag uses the word derby.
Right, and he uses it incorrectly. And then he uses hashtag MLS All-Star Game, which is not the hashtag
not it. There's
for
no
MLS
game.
All-Star. Yeah. And then the best part about it is if you look at the time of this tweet, it's 11:40. And then I happen to notice if you look at his likes, he liked a tweet by someone else saying the same thing that was like 20 minutes earlier, and then so he just like liked that and then stole it and retweeted it and typed it out himself.
Which basically sums up his entire career as an owner.
Yeah, he has it liked right now. It says the Iguain Derby, truly blessed. It was some random dude. And
wow.
And he also did not tag his team or use his team's
No,
hashtag.
he tagged Juventus and MLS.
Yeah,
their accounts in it. And as usual, when he says things, he's getting ratioed real fucking hard.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Well, he's so bad at everything. I mean, like,
right. I can't understand, like,
if you weren't trying to destroy our community, I might feel bad for the guy,
best
John.
part of it is just like that he saw someone else tweet it,
liked
that.
So there would be
there's
proof.
evidence that he stole the joke. Not even a joke. It's not a joke. Just stole the idea and then tweeted it. Like, dude, if you're gonna steal something, don't set the breadcrumbs out for the cops. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I mean, has he set a trail of breadcrumbs in the past 3 years?
I'm gonna take all the jewels out of this person's house, but before I leave, I'm gonna spell out my address in pearls on the bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave one jewel on the way back to my apartment.
Right, let me
every
just drop
5
one in.
feet. They'll never suspect a thing.
He's just so dumb.
Let's move on.
So dumb.
Man balls of the week. It's a combination of man of the match and game balls, which as a term is too long as opposed to this explanation, which is perfectly formed, just like John Zadar's genitals. Darby Schnarfus, 40-year-old man baby. Your 2 man balls of the week, my friend.
All right. This week, I'm going with a mini tailgate-centric awarding here. First man ball. Yeah, that's right. Suck it. First one goes to Harrison Awful, who is the favored player of Rhonda Sly Jones.
All right.
She thinks that Harrison can do no wrong, and while I really delight in pointing out the times where she's wrong about that, he absolutely had a good game, and so he deserves it.
Yeah. It's great to hear that someone at the mini tailgate has good taste in outside backs on like the Castle family.
I enjoy when Awful plays outside back. The problem is half the time he thinks he's an attacking midfielder. So
yeah, that's the strategy. That's the point. He's supposed to.
So second man ball goes directly to everybody's favorite untapped checker inner, Peach Jones. Today is his birthday.
Ew.
Yeah, he turned 127.
Oh my god! Happy birthday to the Iron Fist.
Yeah, the Iron Fist is at home. Playing video games and drinking a lot of beer.
I saw his photo of all the beers that he posted.
What's wrong with this clown? Why is he so obsessed with beer? Can we get this guy another hobby?
Awesome.
Every time he's like at a crew game,
You just insulted like most of your friends.
Right.
Like
Hashtag beer culture,
You
my
could
friend.
say the same shit about Stank Lord.
I was. That's who I was
Oh,
talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
And Rambo Gooner, who's invited to my wedding as Rambo Gooner.
Is Rambo Gooner?
Yeah. Pam was not happy about that.
Was that the correct thing that you guys are fighting about?
No. But that was funny. Mike Keane.
Yeah.
Yeah, very funny. All right, second man ball to Hector Jimenez, who is trash. John Zadar, the wet boy. Your 2 man balls of the week, my friend.
Breaking news. This just in.
Oh, here we
you
go.
want to do a thing?
We interrupt this regularly scheduled Buffalo Bills podcast for this bit of breaking news. We go now live to the wet boy, Sean Zadar, who is live on scene. John?
Thanks, Eric. This just in. Austin City Council has broken for dinner, and people still in attendance are apparently being treated to a rendition of On the Road Again, courtesy of the Austin Ukulele Society.
Yeah. Ukulele Society. They're doing that song, but everyone's at dinner. Doesn't sound like very much fun.
There are like 15 fully grown adults playing ukuleles.
Oh my God, you're not even kidding. No. Oh wow, I thought this was like a whole
nope,
not
this is a real thing that's happening right now.
Okay, so the city council has gone to dinner, and
Yes.
while they're gone, there are people.
Apparently, people are going to stay
All right.
seated and wait for them to return.
Okay, Joe, when you're on next segment, I want to ask you a lot of questions about this, because to me this doesn't seem very normal. But so remind me in case I forget. All right, John, we'll get back to that on segment 2.
All right, back to you, Morgan.
Your man balls, please, sir.
Yeah, my man balls. Shit. I had them thought out, and the Ukulele Society threw me off.
All right.
How many times has that happened to you?
There are like 12 of them. You could just give one, a couple of them a man ball.
That's true. I'm going to give one, because I've forgotten, to Ralph Shadell.
Okay.
For being such a good sport about the pretty dang cool drops and things like that. Thanks for filling in for me.
Hold on, John. Don't do it over this.
Should I?
Nope. Hold on. I'll let you know when you can get
Okay.
on. Nope.
Well, you were talking.
No,
so
not
I thought,
over this.
Okay.
This is not. Okay, now you can.
Okay,
now
I
your
can go?
second man.
All right,
ball.
my second man ball. I'm trying to think. I think that's going to have to go to the Soccer Plus guys.
Shit, Lord.
They're working real hard to get these jerseys ready.
Which one? Adam?
Yeah, Adam and Larry.
Adam Fisher?
Both of them. They each get half of a ball.
Ooh, disgusting, John. Fantastic. All right, my first man ball goes to none other than distant aunt of Gangster Crew baby, Karen Crognale, for so thoroughly roasting AGS Attack on Twitter today.
Did she?
Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. I mean, it was just...
What'd she say?
She just like responded to his tweet about the new song, and she was like, "Oh my God, how do we stop this guy? It's awful. It's terrible. I didn't even listen to 10 seconds of this garbage." And I was like, "Whoa, damn, Karen, that was spicy hot." So you get a man ball, Karen. Congratulations on that. My second one, I have been giving this a lot of thought this week. I was to dinner with Pam last night, and she says we should talk about your wedding ring, and I said, "Don't do that. Don't think that you can like slowly like break me down over time. Even though you did with like the whole getting married thing, that works. But like I'm not wearing jewelry, and also my knuckles are huge, and there's just like no way it's happening. It's not happening. So go fuck yourself." That's what I said to her, and everyone in the restaurant was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine, thank you."
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with man balls again?
So then I said to her, "Pam, you know who I'm? My color
You want to
is
slip the ring around your man ball?
Andres Mendoza."
Yeah, there you go.
I am
is.
Andres Mendoza.
I am Yellow Beach.
Yellow Beach.
I am yellow. That's a Spanish word for yellow. And that's it, Darby. That's all of segment one. How do you think it went?
Knowledge, Morgan?
No, it's definitely hot takes, I think. So
That's a good try, Darby.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to go back to the bar here at Endeavor. Apparently, there are a bunch of ukulele players welcoming us after segment one. That's a rare treat. If you've enjoyed the shit lordery on segment one, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back in just a minute. Jo Rodgers is live in studio. She's going to talk to us about, I don't even know what she really does other than attend government meetings. So, we'll find out other stuff about her. I can tell you one thing. You're making a mistake by listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dojo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full E-F-F-E-C-T. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F, man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot. Yeah, I want to spin my wings and fly. To all my people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Yeah, baby. Ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, John Clem listening from Federal Penitentiary Prison, and all you fools listening on your iPhones. Welcome back. It is episode 77 of the trash pit known as ACES Radio. You've made a huge mistake by sticking with us from segments 1 to 2. You have poor choice. You do poor choices. You do things that are bad. No one likes you. You
broken?
Brought to you as always by Blood and Urine. My name is Officer Carol Seaver. We are back. It is segment 2, John, so it's the rarest of all rare treats time. If it was all right with you, I was going to unmute Channel 2 for the rest of our lives.
I would actually really enjoy that.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could, welcome to the program this week's celebrity guest, none other than Save the Crew legend, Jo Rodgers. Jo Rodgers, welcome to ACES Radio. How have you been?
I have been wonderful. How have you been, Morgan?
I've been great, and you know what? It's been entirely too long since we've had a girl on the show, and so this is, it's nice. I feel like there are too many stupid guys. Darby, John, Greg Benson.
You're not wrong.
We have a girl on the show every week.
Wow, Morgan.
Who are you talking about? Me?
Isn't she a girl?
It's obviously
Girl's
a girl's name.
Ah, that's funny. That's a joke I've never heard before. Well done.
Oh, you're welcome.
Roasted thoroughly, lads.
Good job, Darby.
Joe, we're going to start you off with the same question we ask of all of our celebrity fans, and that is, how would Crew fans know you?
They would not.
All right. All right.
Show over. Let's go.
Do you have an internet presence of any variety?
I don't really. Until Save the Crew, I had 4 Twitter, really 3 Twitter followers because the same person followed me twice under.
No, that's not how that works.
I thought she was going to say 4 Twitter accounts.
Well, no,
I was like, that's
the same person
a
had
big presence, actually.
2 accounts,
Oh,
and they
okay.
followed me on both of them.
Gangster
and
Crew,
I had
baby.
never tweeted prior to Save the Crew.
Well, no, people.
So nobody knows me.
No, people would know you as people behind the scenes. Save the Crew would know you as like the local government expert. You're the one who tells us what to do and how to get there and what to say. And
there's not a lot of activity in the government channel, but you're basically the leader of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I do like government. So yeah,
you're very
there's
involved
that.
in local politics, which is something that I think that everybody should be, including myself. I have a lot of growing up to do. Joe.
Politics is awesome as long as you don't get to the federal level.
Yeah, that's what they say. I have read that on the streets. No, but early in Save the Crew, when we were going to the State House and going to City Hall and doing these things every week, you were instrumental in not just arranging it, but kind of like telling us shit asses like to not take out our genitals while we're there and to not swear and, to not play drops in the middle of it.
You've learned well.
Yeah, I did it anyway, but whatever. I'm banned for life from City Hall, but you know what? It was worth it. You were also at the first kind of official Save the Crew meeting.
I was.
So, I didn't know you before this. What has it been like? I asked Tobias this last week because he was kind of like an outsider to supporter group stuff. What's it been like for you to kind of like be on the inside of something that's kind of massive?
It's amazing. It's been totally fun. But yeah, I didn't know a single one of you going into this. But it's been great. Everybody's wonderful. You are all enormously talented in your own ways.
You'd obviously heard of John Sidar before because,
No.
Oh, my
amazingly
God.
not.
Oh, my God, John.
You shouldn't have.
Which is why nobody knows who I am. Because I don't know who any of you
What
are.
was Crew fandom like before the Save the Crew days? Take me through a typical day of yours going to a game. You don't check your Twitter because you only have 3 followers.
Right. Well, actually, I have had Twitter to stalk my children.
Okay.
And to follow soccer.
Okay.
Those were the only reasons. So actually, I would check Twitter because they know who the lineup before anybody else.
How many children do you have?
I have 2.
You have 2, and how old are they?
They are 21 and 23.
So they definitely are like of social media age.
They are.
Do they know? Did they know that you were following them?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you didn't disguise your name?
No.
All right.
No.
That
and
sucks. That sucks for them.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
90%
That's good parenting.
A big reason why I quit Facebook was because, they're evil as shit. And also, like, my mother and my grandmother. Like, they can't be able to tag me in a thing that alerts me on my phone whenever they want. That's unacceptable. Can't do it. I have like it built into my hardware on my phone where like it just doesn't alert me if they text me or send me an email. I have a Yahoo email address that only my mother and my grandmother sent. It's from 6th grade. I have to keep it because my mom might be asking me to like bring medicine to Nanny. Terrible women.
I still use my Yahoo, so that.
So does my mother.
That lets
my
you
mother's
know.
email is Yahoo for real.
It's
like a mom thing.
There's a guy retiring from Caster Connection tomorrow, and he has an AOL email address.
Oh,
Ooh, that's awesome.
And I will like once a month hear, "Welcome, you've got mail."
Oh my God, that's still part of like the interface. And
yeah. There are people that still have AOL dial-up for real in real life.
No, they don't even offer that anymore. Didn't they stop as an internet provider?
Yes, but you can still pay for it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's basically their business model is relying on people who have not.
I read a
become aware
thing
of
that said
other
that
options.
was like, where they made most of their money still was just like people who have like forgotten to cancel or like,
people in
don't
shitty
know better
rural
than to
areas,
cancel.
like Detroit.
It's like Planet Fitness.
I figured that's why you guys had me here. You just wanted somebody who was older than Darby.
Oh my fucking God!
Nobody is older than me. How
double
dare you?
roast.
How dare you?
Roasted herself and Darby.
Yeah, The rare double roasting.
Hey, I only get better with age. I don't know about Darby though.
I know.
I can tell you for damn sure he does not get better.
More rank. It smells worse. Yeah. There was actually a poll on ACES Radio Twitter this week. Who is Drabby Shramfus's first girlfriend? It was actually. I thought it was going to be like Catherine of Vienna.
Well, I had to look up two of the people.
Yeah.
Incidentally, like I only.
Well, yeah, you've been slipping lately with your memory, so that doesn't surprise me.
It was actually Kellyanne Conway.
That's who won?
Yeah.
So the four options were like.
Oh, I'm looking it up right now.
A French woman who
Trivia:
lived to
who was Drabby
122.
Shramfus's first high school girlfriend?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to. I want to say it like it's French. Jean Clement.
Yeah.
Catherine of Siena.
Ooh, yeah. From the 1300s.
Claudia's Ladybird.
Ooh, the cow.
And Kellyanne Conway. Yeah, I don't know who the first two are either.
Yeah. So the first one, was like she's now like a patron saint of the Catholic Church. She lived in the 1400s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one was the oldest woman to ever live.
Kellyanne Conway not only beat all three of the other people combined, but she doubled their percentage of votes.
Yeah, and my response was, I'd rather fuck Lady Bird than Kellyanne Conway.
Well, who
Let me
wouldn't?
smash.
Quote Darby Schnarfus.
Let me smash.
Oh, shit. That's going to wind up in the intro next week. God damn it. No.
Could someone DM Morgan the timestamp on that, please?
The Stank Lorders is on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, welcome back to the show. We're a dynamite
Oh my god, the best
transition.
part is you could take that and just cut out the name and add anyone else in there.
We sure could, John. We sure could. Dave Greeley.
No, you can't.
The lad known as Shrek. Joe, tell us about you. Where are you from originally?
Originally, Evansville, Indiana.
That's a horrible place.
It is.
Yeah, no one likes it there.
No.
How'd you get out?
Thank heavens, when I was young, my dad was transferred, and off we went.
Okay. Was the first stop Columbus?
No.
Oh, you're one of the... We have a lot of guests on the show that are transient.
Yes, I was very transient.
They're called homeless, Morgan.
Yeah, vagabonds, right. Yeah. So he gets a job. How many times did you move? Were you one of those kids that goes to a new school
We lived
every
up
year?
near Cleveland, and then we went out to Iowa. And
Hold on, you lived up near Cleveland, but the other day you told me you've never been to Cleveland?
No, I said I haven't been there in ages.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're a liar. Okay. Glad we've exposed this.
See, the best part about them being old is that an age is actually like, she means like since the Bronze Age.
Yeah. She's talking about stone tools being
Right,
used.
yeah. I haven't been there since before it was
John,
Cleveland.
Going from Cleveland to Iowa was a big day in
Called
that
it the
age.
land of Cleve.
There are many large meat knives.
That's where your first girlfriend was from.
Oh, my fucking Oh, is that where she crawled out of the primordial soup?
Yes, that is where Kellyanne.
There was a lot of cleaving going on, yes.
Yeah, Kellyanne's face looks like a hatchet job, that's for sure.
So you goes from Evansville, Indiana to somewhere near Cleveland to Iowa.
Yes. And then we came here to Worthington.
Goodness,
Okay, Worthington. Good Lord. All right. So what age was Worthington?
7th grade.
All right. So you did go to high school.
I did.
You went to one of the failing. No, you went to
I went
the
to
only.
Worthington High School.
Which was Thomas, not Kilbourne, right?
It wasn't called Thomas then, but
It was
yes.
just-
But it was that
it was
facility. It was that
facility.
building, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I did go to Kilbourne too because that was the 9th grade building then.
Ah.
So that was just part of the high school.
That was part. Okay.
The Kilbourne building was 9th graders.
Junior high.
No, just
No?
9th graders. It was high school, but they couldn't fit
I've
us
heard
all.
of that being the case in
Yeah.
some places before.
They couldn't
yeah.
fit us all, so they put the 9th grade in a different building, which is why then a
Goddamn
few
baby
years
boomers.
later they added a new high school.
Nice. All right. So you moved to Columbus. Did you go to college around here?
Wittenberg.
Wittenberg. I went
Mm-hmm.
to basketball camp there. Bill Brown. All right. Yeah, they're good. The Tigers. Okay, so you moves back to Columbus. You meet the love of your life, Carl. Is that your husband's name?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Scott Carl.
Scott. Okay, I knew it was a name.
His name's Scott Carl.
Scott Carl. Yeah.
Scott Carl.
Yeah. And you get into the crew at some point. How did that happen? When did that happen?
We came to, I went to a game their first year here in the shoe, and that was fun, but...
Liar.
No, it was. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I actually went to a game back when it was the Columbus Magic, so old again.
Oh my god, I bought one of their t-shirts off a retro site.
I saw Pele play. Pele played in Cooper Stadium.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and then his salary was so high that
Do you
the
even know who
league
that
broke.
is, Morgan?
Yes, he was he was like a mop boy at the Boston Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's Peruvian, I believe.
I think he is. Nope, not going to do that.
Is Pele here?
Yeah, that was him. He's at the bar, John. Okay, so how'd you get involved with the crew to the extent that you became part of Save the Crew? Like, how did you get that deep into it?
Started with my daughter. She played for what was then the Worthington Crew Juniors.
Okay.
And so we started coming to games with her, and we came to a few random games, and then the next season we bought 5 season tickets, and then 10, and then great timing. We got our full season membership, 2008.
Nice.
Good year to do it.
Yeah.
And my daughter walked out on the field at the start of the game of the first playoff game that was home that season with Gino.
Fantastic.
Pretty
He
cool.
has such
He
beautiful
said he
hair.
liked her shoes.
Oh. I don't believe that.
It's true.
Gino has beautiful hair, though. That's true. Okay, so you. Here's the interesting thing about you. You know things about local politics, and I felt the same way about Keith Noss, celebrity fan Keith Noss. They're going to build a statue outside of Crewzers FC Palace downtown when they build it of Keith Noss. It just like fascinates me that you guys are kind of like so good at things that maybe I just wasn't aware of. What do you do for a living that like makes you good at paying attention to politics? I know that is a stupid question, but I don't know how else to ask it.
Nothing that I do for a living has anything to do with politics.
So you're not like a reporter at S&P or something like that?
No, I work at a manufacturing company. I handle all the customer relations and logistics. And that
would you
has
care to
nothing
mention that company, or would it be a bad idea?
No, it's called Salute, and they're up in Lewis Center, Ohio.
Okay. Lewis Center is where my dad got his apartment when my parents got divorced.
Well,
a lot of great memories
yay.
up there. Yeah. There was one apartment building at that time. There were no stoplights on 23.
They're everywhere now.
Yeah, it's trash. It was trash then, it's trash now. So, yeah, I mean, like, you pay attention to politics. Why?
I do. I love politics. I come from a political family. I have a picture of my grandpa with FDR. My grandpa was a sheriff and a mayor, and my father was on city council. And I've been involved in local politics for Worthington, and I just find politics fascinating.
It's just like a second nature thing.
Yeah,
So who in your family was a mayor?
My grandpa.
Weird. Where?
Evansville.
Oh,
the
no
lovely
shit.
town of.
Wow. So he's responsible.
Yeah, until they built the Lloyd Expressway, which is the main expressway cutting right through Evansville, there was a Diekman Street, which was my maiden name.
Wow.
Named after my grandpa.
Nice. This is completely off topic. If you got married today, instead of whenever you got married, would you change your last name?
Yeah.
You would? Nah, that's not.
As long as I married a good guy.
If you married a pile of shit, you
shouldn't
wouldn't
marry a bad guy.
You shouldn't marry a pile of shit.
I've been married twice. I didn't change my name the first time.
That's smart.
Call it knowing what was going to happen. I don't know.
Pam's not going to change her name. That probably means we're going to get divorced.
Well, I mean, definitely means you're a bad person.
Well, yeah, you're changing your name.
Yeah, if she does, I
Morgan
will, yeah.
Purdy.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they say like the first time's special, but you don't mean it until your second time. Maybe sometimes your third.
All right, Donald Trump.
Yeah. So this season, we're going to ask this of everyone. October 16th was the day that Grant Wall tweeted the tweet of infamy that Precourt was thinking of moving the team. Talk to me about your memories of that day. Did you see it that night, or was it the next day?
Given my massive Twitter presence prior to this, no, I did not see it that night. I found out the next morning.
Yeah.
And
where were you? How'd you come about it? And what were your first
sitting
thoughts?
at my kitchen table eating my
You're sitting on the
breakfast.
table?
That's where I eat my breakfast.
Yeah.
On the
On
table.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually
Well,
been
my
to her
breakfast-
kitchen and sat on her table.
Okay. The cats sit in chairs. We sit
It's
on
a
the
nice
table.
table.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So what was your
Cheese
first?
and berries.
What was your first thought?
Oh, it was horrible. And I don't think I got any work done at work all day. I was just on Twitter because that was where information was, and reading every article I could find and thinking of nothing but how much this sucked.
Yeah. How long did it take for the grief to wear off? 'Cause I've said a lot that I felt like I was like somebody let a bomb off in a war movie, and everything was just like wah 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 for like 18 hours. I didn't even think I was in real life.
I think I was more mad.
Yeah.
I was ticked. And yeah, I think I'm kind of an action person. I like to be busy. I like to do things. So my mind went straight to what can we do? Is there anything
That's
that we
awesome.
can do?
Yeah, that is awesome.
I didn't come up
That's
with
like
any great
the
ideas.
healthiest thing, I think, probably.
I got there, but it took me almost an entire day. I mean, almost an entire day. That's interesting. That well, I mean, it makes sense because of what we just talked about with your political, leanings to, be involved. That is inherently an action. So I guess
something. What can we do? I didn't have any good answers. But that was where my mind was, and that's why I was reading everything that came out. I wanted to figure out some way we could do something about it, figure out if it was going to be for real, how likely was it, because it was, intentions. Well, what does that mean? Or you're going to look at it.
How quickly did the answers come for you? Probably not fast enough, I'm guessing.
I think it was the next day, once Tom had put up the Save the Crew website, yeah. There was a thing on there immediately with the free banners.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, the first thing we need to do is make sure everybody knows that we want to save the crew. And so I sent an email to Save the Crew and said, we should get some of those banners up on buildings around 270.
Yeah.
And Tom replied, hey, do you want to work on that? And I said, well, I really think the people who work for those companies would be better, but sure, I'll give it a shot. That's fine. And that's how I ended up in that first meeting, wandering in with a group of people I did not know. And Tom wasn't even there, so I walked into a group that had no idea I was coming, didn't know me, I didn't know them.
I'm a big fan of Tom, but hashtag Tom for president. I didn't remember that until you just said it. In those first few hours, those first early days of Save the Crew, like our response to everyone was almost unilaterally like, oh, okay, then go do that then. Yeah. That sounds like something you could do, so can you go now do that? What do you remember about that first meeting that we had on Riverside?
Just that we were working, the focus was already on the rally, and everything was really geared to making that happen, and it was...
What day of the week was that? Is that a Saturday?
It was, because I came covered in paint. Yeah.
Okay, so that by that point we had stopped calling it the protest. Because originally...
it was a rally, a rally by the time I got there.
John and I were sitting at this table when we had the first conference call about it, and, Murderers Row was like, we need to have a protest! Rabble, rabble, rabble. And by the end of the call, it was like, okay, all right, we're going to call it a rally.
Yeah.
And we can't do it at the stadium because, no one's going to go to that.
No, and I love the fact that from the very beginning, it's been positive.
Yeah.
That was something that impressed me right off the bat, that everybody wanted to go about this in a manner that was befitting of the family atmosphere that this group of people has.
Yeah,
I liked that.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of us for that. It surprises me that we haven't needed to continue to raise awareness for this. It's not going away. As I tell Garber all the time on Twitter, like
I tell everyone I know.
Yeah. That was shit. I mean, like the first hours, it was like we need to tell everybody, and now it's like the whole world knows, and it's not stopping.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it really is something.
I can't believe what this has grown into. It still amazes me.
Yeah, and it's touched so many things, and it's enveloped so many. I mean, it's been nuts. Everything that we do now is Save the Crew, whether it's ACES Radio or TiVo Sweat or just going to games in general. It doesn't matter what section you're in. Like, we needed this to come together like this. So quickly, briefly, tell us what it's like. Tell the people out there who aren't on the Slack channel and who aren't at those meetings. What is it like inside of Save the Crew?
It's great. Everybody works together really, really well. Everybody talks constantly on Slack, back and forth about the big things, the little things, the totally worthless things, the really important things.
Don't talk about Morgan that way.
But
basketball emoji.
It's a lot of collaboration. That's the word I use a lot with it. This group is really successful at collaborating, taking criticism from each other and building that into more successful marketing and activities, and just it's great.
And we've agreed that no one criticizes me. The criticism goes to John.
You have to be active on there to get criticized.
That's why I'm not active. I refuse it. So you come to Endeavor for games. Is this a place where you hung out before games, or is this a Save the Crew
Yeah.
Now you have like a shitload of friends.
Yes.
Because of this asshole trying to steal your team.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Yeah.
And what do you know about that?
It's awesome.
That's pretty good.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is what we call the Greg Benson question. It's deep. It might cut you to your core. You might feel a little emotional, and it's okay to cry. Just not in front of Darby. He hasn't been able to produce tears in many decades. Very dry old man. What does the Crew mean to you?
The Crew is, I said before, I'm an active person. I tend to overschedule. I do stuff all the time. And the Crew is my downtime. The Crew is where I can go and not do, which sort of makes this whole Save the Crew thing, while it's wonderful on one hand, it really kind of sucks on another.
Yeah.
Because going to Crew games was when I set everything aside. We always get there like an hour and a half early. We go in. We sit down with our beer on the sunny side, just soak up the sun, drink our beer, and watch the guys warm up.
Veg
and
out.
it's just, it's
Decompress.
my quiet, happy place in Columbus. And they can't take away my quiet, happy place in Columbus.
No. Where do you sit in the stadium?
205.
Yeah, that is
nice
quiet.
seats.
Is that
us
up?
old people, we need to lean back on something.
Is that up?
Or, I'm sorry, 105. It's
105.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
we're down. Sorry.
All right, so
105.
you're in the expensive seats in the middle.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
The new ones.
Yes.
No, in the east side.
Yes.
Not the
Because we
west.
like the sun.
Could you ever
Yeah.
go back to the benches?
No.
No.
I like to lean back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've thought about sliding into the Nordeck, but it just,
I don't know
standing.
if I've ever sat down in one of those chairs.
They're not the most comfortable, but they're better than the benches.
Huh.
Yeah.
Even during remember there was the like Special Olympics game after where they sent us all. Didn't you sit in the chairs for that? I think that was the ice chair section.
No, I was more.
We were in
loud and
we were in
obnoxious.
bleachers on the other side.
Yeah. Banging.
Whatever section I think Yvonne usually sits in is where we were.
Like we had seats over there.
That was awesome. Frankie played in that game.
Yeah.
Like he straight up played for Columbus in the Special Olympics game, and we lost to DC. That's why he got in there.
Old man slipping.
The DC team is good. Like they're really
I do
they
remember
were
there was
nearly
one girl.
ringers, like they were.
There's that one girl specifically who scored a couple of really good goals. I remember.
She smoked the city of Columbus. Like ate us for lunch. It was great
Every day.
Yeah. Last question. Then we're going to get you out of here. We don't want you. First of all, I mean, like being associated with this podcast in any way, shape, or form is a life changer, and I don't mean that in a positive way. People at work are going to say, I heard you were on that trashy Bill show yesterday. Joe, what have you done? What is Joe short for?
Joe.
No, your parents gave you the legal name J.O.
Yes.
They wanted the shortest possible.
What did you
name.
anticipate it
Without
being
having
short
one
for?
letter?
That is
Jolene
actually
Blaylock.
it, because
Really?
my
Sorry.
mom and her sisters all had horrible names.
Okay.
Some of them very long.
Like what?
Mary Wanda.
Ew,
Mary Wanda.
Oh, that's where the Black
Is that the
Panther was
good
set,
witch?
right?
Oh, good.
Vera.
Quality
So,
jokes.
My mom said, I'm giving my kids all the shortest names. So my sister is Peggy Ann. I'm Joe. My brother is John David. And then there's a junior. So he didn't really.
John
get in on
David is
that.
his first name
No.
or his first middle?
First middle. Short, easy.
Peggy Ann is
Peggy Ann.
first
Is it
middle.
First middle.
P-E-G-G-Y or
And then there's
P-E-G-I?
Mary Wanda.
Because you could go short
Yes.
with that.
Are you aware that your parents wait, was it your mom's name?
Mom,
Is Mary
my mom's-
Wanda?
My mom's name was Mabel Pauline.
Wow.
What?
So she wanted short, simple, easy names, and she liked the character Joe in Little Women, whose name was really Josephine. But she wanted short and simple, so I'm
So
Joe.
which one of your pot-headed relatives named someone Mary Wanda?
Oh, very nice. Well done.
You know, it'd be a fucked up name.
Mary Jane is just too obvious. We need to work this a little bit. Yeah.
That's got to be what that is, right? Like,
Wonderful. I thought it was short for Jolene Blaylock. Guess not. All right. So, last question. How can user AGS stack be stopped?
You know what? I'm going to break with tradition.
Okay.
It seems fitting for this show. Bring it on.
Okay.
you're inviting more songs?
I'm inviting more songs.
I'm not.
Wait a minute.
She's not going to be here to suffer through the songs.
You were so close to being a good guest, and then you had to just take a dump on it at the end.
You're going to play it off.
Listen, Mary Wanda, get the fuck out of here.
If I just blindly followed the herd, I would have given up on the crew by now.
Joe is the new Greg.
Whoa,
There
whoa.
we go.
Joe is the new
Logic
Greg.
has no
Joe's the
place
new
in this
Greg. I
conversation.
agree.
Sorry, Joe, you're Australian now.
All
when
three
do we
of you
when do
who
we
follow
deport her?
Joe on Twitter, we want you to report and block her tonight.
I am up to 41 now. I'll have
Oh, my God.
Like the 10.
Is there a number
Like
after 41 or
crazy.
just 40?
No, just 41.
Oh, okay. That's also decent, I guess.
But that's...
What's your Twitter handle?
That is a-
You'll get at least 17 more if you say it right now.
She doesn't want that.
I know what it
I don't
is.
even know what it is. Joe Rodgers.
It's Joe Rodgers.
Is there an underscore?
J-O-D Rodgers.
Okay.
Jod Rodgers?
What's
My
the
middle
What's the
initial.
middle initial?
It's
Dwanda?
D. It's actually my maiden name, Diekman,
Oh, so you eliminated your middle name.
which was Ann.
Oh, girls are so stupid.
Joanne.
Keep your fucking names. What's wrong with you people?
I like Diekman. I like holding on to that's the whole.
Well, just hold on to it then. Don't take some other
you asked
stupid
me about
name.
taking.
Yeah.
This was
Middle names
this
are
was
the
way to go
dumbest
over.
thing
Yeah.
ever. I think that makes way more sense.
And it's the duplicate middle name of my older sister,
Yeah, that's
which was
true.
really
Middle names-
stupid. And I only
That
got it
is
because it was
stupid.
short.
That is
Like-
stupid.
Middle names are important for people with ordinary regular names. Your
God.
John Smiths of the world need a middle name.
No, I'm aware. There were two John Zadars before me.
Are
but-
there really?
Yeah,
Or-
my uncle and my grandfather.
Oh, well, so
One of which is dead.
well, also I mean, just
The other one which will be soon.
your parents are like, we need another John. We've got a really great last name. Let's
I was
just
named
shit on
after
what the
both
first-
my grandfathers.
Oh, man. So, Joe, your answer to how did
John and Mwanda.
we just let him go. We keep him coming.
Go. And you know what? Maybe if you encourage him, he'll go away to somewhere where he's not wanted. Who knows?
So that's what you think he's thriving off the hate?
Yeah,
If
sure,
we
why
love
not?
him, he gets bored and leaves?
Why not?
Well,
It's worth a shot.
Everything we currently love is trying to leave Columbus. Why not give this a shot? Fantastic. Joe Rodgers, thank you so much for stopping by on segment 2.
Maybe you should try and love Pam.
That's a dynamite fucking thought, John. Tune in to find out if it works. If you've enjoyed the shitlordery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3. Your hot takes and more. You are listening to ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack and a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man. You don't stop. David, you don't stop. He came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach. Yeah. To my first class folks. Yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening from your new home state of Florida. Welcome back. It is segment 3, episode 77 of the dumpster fire known as ACES Radio. What a tragic mistake you've made sticking with us for 3 segments tonight. How dare you? Don't you know they're giving out free MLS to ATX swag? Go get your scarf, you shitlord. Put it on over your FC Dallas jersey. John's done it. John, you saved the crew yet?
Nope.
Failing. Sad.
Yep.
Well, you remember a GCG bag?
If only. Then I would have to. Then I'd have no responsibilities.
Oh my fucking God, roasted. I don't know how they come back from that. Probably in a shitty
Probably
part of the
drunk
parking
as
lot
fuck
next to
on
the toilets.
incinerator.
Yeah. John, what a rare treat today. We actually have another celebrity guest in our presence.
Oh, really?
If it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and mute Channel 2 for the rest of our lives.
You're gonna mute it.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't be.
You
can't hear.
invited another guest in, and then you're gonna mute.
Yeah, I'll mute the channel, and we'll get it fixed someday.
I'd prefer if you didn't. I'd like to hear from them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. First time, long time, Tifo Sweat legend, Ken Etchinson. Ken Etchinson.
Good to be back.
How you been, pal?
Absolutely great.
You leave like the wind, and you come back like a wind, like the wind.
I am gone for 2 years, and all of a sudden, what happened to the crew?
Yeah, that's what you did. You left, and the crew are destroyed. So
I blame him.
Can't believe you've done this. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a correlation.
So Ken, the background here is that you're a Tifo Sweat original.
Absolutely.
We at the time when we started this, we thought of you as our engineer. Before we knew how to trace things, we would grid banners, and then we would draw little tiny like. So
we also used lasers at some time.
We did. We actually did.
Yeah.
We used lasers,
chalk lines, all that kind of stuff.
You used lasers. You and Tony.
Yes.
Weiss
the true engineer, Tony.
Yeah. Yeah. So we would.
It's one of my favorite Tifo Sweat memories is being in your office with him and Tony and Shrek.
Yeah.
While they were trying to like fucking coordinate. I think it was the angles for like the MLS Cup.
Yeah, angles
thing?
for MLS Cup.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
That was. I texted Ken and I said, "Hey, can you come to Tifo Sweat tonight? I have a math thing for you." And you were like, yeah. And you get there and you didn't even ask what it was about. And you get there and I was like, so we made this giant piece of fabric and we need to cut it in 700 little pieces that are angled. And can you math that, please?
Yeah.
And you and Tony and the lad known as Shrek just like went to work and figured it the fuck out.
It was close. It was close.
Yeah.
That's good.
What do you remember about those early Tifo Sweat days?
It was a great time, and everybody was working towards something new, and was able to put up a lot of good product very quickly. And I think everybody got better and more efficient as they went along.
Oh my God!
And
well, we couldn't be less efficient.
Yeah. It was like herding cats. It was entertaining.
So what you and Tony would do is you would figure out the grids.
Yeah.
And you would grid this fabric, which is it's not sewn in a rectangle. And the grid is set up for rectangular.
Yes.
And you guys would have to figure out how to like fix the fabric.
Yeah, and would do that based on the configuration of the sections, and then would transfer it over, and then would make it work. Except
the last player card banner we did, and this is the first memory I have of John Zadar. Sad, failing John Zadar. We had gridded and the original Tifo Sweat was like a 7-month fucking project that like took over our lives every day.
The Docicero thing.
Yes.
Yeah. The nightmare that never ended.
And so like we get to this last banner and like we just don't have time to grid it because it's like 2 days and we haven't even traced it yet. And it's like, I mean, like I was assuming that it just wouldn't happen. And then Sean Sitar comes out of nowhere and is like, I could just like fucking freehand it.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, what? I'm sorry, what? You're like, yeah, no, I can just like look at it and draw it on a giant banner. So we're like, okay, yeah, could you try? And he did it.
Yeah.
It just fucking happened. It was the most outrageous thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's just like the most stressful thing ever.
Yeah.
Because it's just one of those things where it's like, if you fuck up, everyone's going to know.
Yes.
You fuck it up.
Yep. I forgot to trace the letters PIPA on the banner when we the last year, and
yeah.
And I drew them before you got there. You were running late, and I was like, if I don't trace these, they're not going to get painted. And it was the first time I had ever done that, and I felt like the world was collapsing in on me.
It's a horrible feeling while you're doing it.
Yeah. So Ken, welcome back, the original Tifo Sweat engineer. We're happy to have you.
Good to have you.
This is segment 3 of ACES Radio. We read hot takes. So I'm going to ask your impressions of things people have to say. John.
You say that like he's not an avid listener.
I know that he's not. Maybe Amanda Etchinson.
Nobody. My daughter.
She did warn.
My daughter fills me in on what's going on, and I have listened to episodes.
See, he's heard it.
Well,
I asked him if he wanted to be on, and Amanda said, "You don't want to be on segment 3."
It's exactly what she said. No segment 3. Whatever.
She's one of the smartest people I know. So if she says it's a bad idea, it's a bad idea. Darby.
Yo.
What if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is known as Amanda Etchinson telling people to not be on ACES Radio?
Is it lasers?
That's right, Darby. They say the only cure for the scourge that is Amanda Etchinson telling people not to be on our show is Ken the engineer.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the masses.
You're not going to stop there.
We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter. Walter, you cannot. You are dead. My God, I love it. You're a raccoon and you're dead now because Greg is dead. That's great. Don't put that. Don't make that possum look at me. I don't want
His
this.
eyes are so alive when they stare at you.
No,
They're
I
definitely not dead eyes.
I don't
at
want
all.
that. I don't like this. I don't like this show. I don't like being a
That
crew
makes
fan.
3 of us.
Yeah.
You know, I think about this every time when we're doing the fucking intro for this. I don't know why. My mind just wanders.
Uh-huh.
And can we talk about why are there mini marshmallows stabbed onto that plant?
Absolutely right. Okay, all right. Well,
Is Oliver still here? 'Cause
That's just
I feel
always
like
where I happen to look when that song plays, and I always mean to mention it and I forget it, but it's
wow.
there.
Never noticed that before.
Right? Is that what they are?
Can't unsee them now. Well, here, let me pull one off, and
Can
you
you
can
eat it? No, you. Oh, it fell off. Wait,
it's on the floor. It's not going to stop him.
No,
5-second rule.
I think it's supposed to be Pussy Willows. That should not be a drop, by the way.
Julie,
have you ever seen a pussy willow before, or are you
I
just
can't
like
fix it.
making random assumptions?
Pam makes him have sex with her in the dark.
Darbs, nice, John. Darbs. Before we move to the whatever the fuck, I'm going to go ahead and read the overall standings,
Which you can still, you could still probably print portrait, incidentally, but you're choosing not to.
Nope. Gonna go landscape.
All right.
In first place, ACES Stefan with 6 points, followed closely with 4 points by
we're doing this.
Spike Kid Lyndon B. In third, a tie between Moving the Fuck On and Top Lad Dave, each with 3 points. The Ralph Shudell Show makes its first appearance in fifth place with 2 points, followed by the Gaggle Fuck with a point each of Pippa Picked Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, and Mike Hudson Sucks, he certainly does. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive #Darbs, and I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. The top upvoted post this week comes to us from none other than Hi Darbs. It's Kellyanne with 5 points. Quote, #Darbs, end quote. Drabby Shrampist, your thoughts?
I can't believe you've done this.
Oh, man, I was trying to come up with like who the fourth choice would be, and I'm like,
son of a bitch.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it has to be a really old person. Well, Kellyanne Conway kind of looks like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, she 100% does.
Oh, no, that was great. Everyone loves that roast because you're so old, and that's what people say about you.
Seriously.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving the fuck on from user Gregulator420 with 5 points. Quote, glad to see you shitlords are still making this terrible podcast.
Shouldn't you be reading this with an accent, Morgan?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, clap. Moving on from user Gregulator420 with 5 points. Quote, g'day, glad to see you shitlords are still making this terrible podcast. Oh, this is great. Great Australian guy. I thought I'd check in with my little ditty for everyone's favourite nocturnal creature. This is a rap song. Great. Does anybody want to do
I
this?
think you'd have to rap.
No, you have to rap with an Australian accent.
I'm not going to do that.
You're an East Coast rapper by what I've seen.
Yeah.
Two trash can coons go round Morgan's car. Round Morgan's car. Round Morgan's car. Two trash can coons go round Morgan's car. Round Morgan's car. Round Morgan's car. Guess who's back? Back again. Walter's back. Tell a friend.
Hey,
Guess
Kyle,
who's
your
back?
friend's
Guess
back.
who's back? I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Morgan no more. They want Walter, not an FO lackey. Well, if you want Walter, then this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed stashed on a bus trip to TFC or some TIFO. They'll make your up your lads, you see. Josephi's mom gets shocked at the rest stop. Go check Darby's corpse if it's deteriorating. Crew's rocking up the table while PSV's detonating. Hey! Zidar's butt licking has become lubricating because I'm back. I'm on Greg's hand after regulating. I know you got a job, Miss Purdy, but your boyfriend's scarf throwing is humiliating. Don says FCC can't be a team and they let them play in our cool league, but can't get enough of that GCG bag TV. Aces feels so empty without me. So come on, Pippa, keep hitting the chips. Got my community kits, Austin Club's counterfeit, and don't forget to pay Derek's child support. DeWine just filed the lawsuit. Fuck you, pre-court. This looks like a pod for me, so everybody come celebrate with me. I'm wearing Greg's green jersey. Aces feels so empty without me. Oh, my God, and that's it. Holy shit. Darby Shranfus, after that rap battle, I want to hear your thoughts, my friend.
That was pretty freaking good as somebody who appreciates dated rap songs. That's definitely up there. Good cadence, actually good rhyme scheme.
I think the way the guy who did it,
you butchered the shit out of it. Don't get me wrong. You fucked it up
that
on
was
like
really
37 levels.
It's one of those. I feel like it's one of those songs that could have won a Grammy if the producer had just allocated it to a talented artist.
Yeah,
you don't want to take
and then let him
great
practice it
hit
first.
song and give it to
somebody who could lose themselves in the music. the
Right.
moment. They
Yes.
own it. They
Yes.
never want to let it
Unlike
go.
anything
Yes.
that you're doing.
Yeah.
Let me smash.
Moving on. From user Weathervane with 8 points, quote, can't spell Anthony Precourt without Pony Court, end quote. Ken Etchinson, your thoughts?
Well, there's a lot of ways you can't spell Anthony Precourt.
It's true. In Columbus, you don't want to be here because he's gone from here. And we're the crew, John.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Moving on from user Smithsonian Museum with 6 points, quote, Darby, please come back to your exhibit. We miss you, end quote.
Because you're old, get it?
Oh my fucking
Is
God.
that what it is? Okay.
Drabby Schranfus, your thoughts?
Isn't the Smithsonian where they have the Michelle Obama painting that's literally so popular they had to move it to like a more visible area? They don't miss me at all.
Don't bring Michelle into this. This was a roast of you, sir. Moving on from user Dan Kordemanch. Good to see you back, sir, with 3 points. Quote, y'all see we signed Zlatan? End quote. John, sir, your thoughts?
Yes. I'm annoyed that LA doesn't play here this year.
Yeah. Is this a big deal?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like a bigger deal than any of the other shitty European players I've never heard of?
Yes.
Is he like the biggest signing ever? Outside of Andres Mendoza?
Yes.
Okay.
Bigger than Beckham?
No, fuck no.
Given the context.
No,
of-
fuck no. Get out of here. You're out of your mind.
See,
Ken.
At a different point in time.
Yeah,
Ibrahimovic at this time is
Yeah.
a huge sign.
Yeah. They're different. They live in different. It's different universes.
How the fuck did they
relevancy
get him for $3 million for 2 years? Incidentally, what kind of bullshit deal with the devil?
Is that
He
the
signed
number?
for
Yeah.
2 years, $3 million. How
Yeah.
the fuck
Three?
did they do that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Literally, yes. He's
Literally,
not a
they're-
designated player.
They're buying him down with Tam and Gam. I shit you not.
How far away
He's
is...
not a designated player.
No.
Oh, how the fuck did
Okay,
they do
remember when we talked about Don Garber, how you can just make up rules and
Right.
save the crew? This is exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, by the way, we're never getting our bonus money for Ola scoring however many goals.
Oh, yeah, that's totally out the window.
I thought about that earlier today,
Yeah.
too, yeah.
How far is Zlatan Ibrahimovic? How far is he away from his prime?
Not that far.
5 years.
5? That's a lot. In soccer, that's like 7 real years.
Plus, he's recovering from an injury.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Serious
he is
injury.
he's a monster.
What kind of injury?
Knee.
I've seen some clips of him, and that guy's stupid good.
Yeah.
He does shit on purpose that you're like, wait, what?
Yes. Yes.
I can
He's
tell
got to be
that you
getting
did that.
like.
I'm trying to look up what he was bought by Man U for.
Yeah, either he's just saying like,
He played
fuck
it-
it, I got a lot of money.
He's
out
not
of my
been
last
playing at
contract.
Man U. His time has been up at Man U for a while now.
And he started at Western Sydney Wanderers. Is that right?
No, but close.
Maybe they're giving him like all the jersey revenue from his jersey sales or something. There's got to be.
Moving on from user Vicious Bike with 5 points. Quote, what happened, Greg? Did I miss the episode explaining this? Hashtag, we want the truth. End quote. Drabby Schranfus, what happened, Greg?
Reply from user Jonathan Masteller, J Masteller 81. Hashtag probably riding a croc.
2016.
It's very funny.
Ibrahimovic signed as a free agent for Manchester United on a 1-year contract with an option of being extended depending on his performance. His salary was reported to be 200,000 euros a week.
So he just doesn't need money, basically.
No, of course he doesn't need money, but that's what I'm saying. Like his
Is that the guy who, never insult him? It was in a movie. Don't insult
yes,
Zlatan.
Zlatan talking third person.
Yeah.
Yes.
You never don't mess with Zlatan. Adam Sandler played him.
Zlatan is the guy that Gooch got into a fight with when he was at Milan for like 3 weeks.
Well, you can't fight Gooch. He probably lost that fight.
This is one of the people that can fight.
Oh, is that
Gooch.
right?
No, he's like
No, this dude is
martial arts
huge.
expert, too.
Yeah. This dude is like
Really?
Yeah.
This dude is like cartoon character, like crazy.
He posted a picture of himself where he's
He's-
basically indicating that he is Jesus.
Yes, like he is,
and
he
people
is,
take it seriously.
Like, yeah, he's so ridiculous with his personality, and
That's
he's
exactly
a big dude.
what
He's
the-
6'5".
The Adam
He's a
Sandler
big
character
dude.
was. He was a martial artist, too. You don't mess with him. That's what they say. I don't know how he comes back from that. Moving on from user Sanch Stash with 3 points. Quote, Pam calls me the Tijuana tickler. She doesn't understand that Portugal isn't Mexico. End quote. I'm going to get on the fax machine real quick. Check that out. I just need to make sure.
She fucking Sancho.
Yeah, no, turns
I
out
don't
that
understand.
Portugal is not Mexico. Pam is a dumb idiot. John Zadar, your thoughts?
Yep.
Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Indeed.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Moving on from user... Okay, what?
Go ahead.
Chalky Hugh Tail. Yep, that's how you say it. With 1 point, quote, 2 points. Quote, Lobo legend Nico Hansen is healthy again, so look out for him to score 1 million goals off the bench. Hashtag go Lobos. Hashtag Lobo swag. Hashtag best Lobo since Brandon Moss. Hashtag 420. Let me smash. End quote.
Read where he learned Taekwondo.
They're doing a thing where people are
Can
not.
you see it?
I'm sorry.
That's
We're looking
great
at
radio.
where he... Oh, Christ.
Also, can we talk about how you get an honorary black belt in a martial art?
Yeah, that's not how that
definitely
works.
Not a thing.
This isn't like a Bill Cosby honorary doctorate kind of bullshit.
Right.
You can't get an honorary
No,
fighting
you either know
award.
how to fight or you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Or we're going to give you an honorary doctorate in comedy. Like that, on some level, that makes sense. Okay, so we have a hot take here about, I don't know, where Darling Thief grew up or something. Ken Etchinson, how you feel about the Nevada Wolfpack?
I really don't have any comment about the Nevada Wolfpack.
That's the right response.
I think it is.
Yeah, no one does. Moving.
I don't think anyone has an opinion about anything in Nevada.
No, probably not. From user AGS Attack with 6 points. What? Why? Okay. Quote, when you are the best team... I know what he's doing here. Okay. Let me do the thing.
What was this? Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you are the best team in MLS. When you are the first team in MLS. When you have the first soccer-specific stadium in the league. When you're going to be in the league forever. When you're going to save the crew. When you're in Columbus.
That's cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're the best team in MLS. Pretty dang cool.
Yep.
When you're the best team in MLS.
Actually, I think this might be my favorite.
When you got the first in the league. Pretty dang cool. That's pretty dang cool. When you're
That's pretty dang cool.
Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
He's getting upvotes, and now when I pointed out that you don't give him upvotes, I have been downvoted to -5 in my reply.
You've been
You
downvoted.
people don't know how this works.
And well, his follow-up to your follow-up has 0 points, so...
Well, that's because I downvoted it.
I'm not 100% sure how votes work, but according to Morgan, he can orient them in different ways.
No, they're automatic.
And he might actually orient them so that yours, despite being downvoted, is the top.
I would never do that. That's absurd.
I don't know. Yeah.
There are 3 of them. Moving on from user ACES Archive with 3 points. Quote, please note that our corporate lawyers at Saliva are drafting a copy of a cease and desist order which would arrive at ACES Radio headquarters in the near future. We are asking for corporate sponsors' blood and urine to stop using the claim that they are the only body fluid found in human beings. We await your retort at 123 Saliva Street, P.O. Box 456, Bridgeview, Illinois, 42069. www.lawfirmforbodily @_.net/ColumbusCrewSC / Please note that our law team is comprised entirely of a crack squad of elderly people for whom dementia has rapidly set in. They might be incoherent, but they certainly are confused at all times. Hashtag Caliente Take. Hashtag Montreal 2, Columbus 1. Hashtag Corporate Sponsor Saliva. Hashtag Throwback Thursday. End quote.
Oh, my.
John Zadar, your thoughts? You're actively yawning.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Oh, God. I think that may have been because this is the ACES Archive account. This is the one that brings back a hot take from past years every week. I think that might be the one that I fucked up saliva on.
Salavia?
Yeah, I think this is the Salavia hot take.
That's good. Nice.
What
I
did you?
appreciate
Oh,
it.
we have a follow-up from Pickled Peppers with 2 points. Quote, when did Darby go to law school? Response from Jonathan Masseller, 81, with 6 points. Quote, class of 1808. Fucking God.
They didn't have law school back then. I just wrote on the back of a shovel, and they said, "Yep, you're a lawyer now."
Darby wrote the laws.
Yeah, we wrote on the back of shovels.
I invented being a lawyer. I was like, you know what I should do? I should be the guy who decides how rules work.
Your dissertation had to be really
Can we talk about how
succinct.
the conversation had to have go? How did the conversation go when you were like, "Oh, we've got something to write with. Now, what do we write on?" And Darby went, "Shovel,
shovel."
You guys, we got a bag of shovels. No one's
That was
ever
it.
done
We had
anything
charcoal
with
and shovels back then, and we liked it.
That's definitely how it works. Moving on. From user Top Lad Dave with 3 points, quote, "Hi guys, it's Dave Greeley here again to invite you to listen to my upcoming original podcast I'm starting here in Austin. That's totally not a ripoff, called Queso Radio. We like to claim it's actually a Buffalo Sabres podcast. It has a lot of fun stuff for you millennials, such as really long intros, segments, and the third segment is called Spicy Correspondence from the MLS to ATX. I mean, where else can you find a podcast that is even remotely like that? This is where listeners can comment on something like the information superhighway kids around here call Reddit, that apparently you can find on Netscape if you look hard enough or just ask someone on AOL Instant Messenger. We even stream that segment live on either Real Player or Windows Media Player. Take your pick. And it's totally not derivative of any podcast in Columbus that may or may not be broadcast from Endeavor Brewing Company on Thursday nights. And since I created it from scratch, and it's totally not creepy or cheesy, except for the free-flowing queso and all you can scarf down tortilla chips, of course, to prove it, check out this...
Chia chips?
Yeah.
Sure, like, are those like chips made
I'm
of
not
chia pet?
doing well today at all.
You are way off.
To prove it, check out this totally original celebration drop for the first show. I like to call it, "That's Pretty Dang Cool in the Gang." Ha 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 ha. Get it? I made that up. And then there's a link, and I'm going to click on it.
Oh, you're actually going to click on it?
Yeah, it might be super loud, but here we go. Let's try it out.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
That's pretty dang cool.
That hurt my head a lot.
No, I'm not happy. Good
That's
Lord.
pretty dang cool.
Come on now.
I knew it was coming and it still startled me.
That was bad. That hurt, and I don't even remember what that song was. So, John Sidar, your thoughts if you can still hear.
I hate you, Dave Greeley.
All he does is hurt people. Darby Schnarvis, your thoughts.
Can we get queso and all-you-can-eat chips here? Because that's the only thing they didn't rip off, and I would like to steal that idea.
That sounds nice. I wouldn't
sounds
mind.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The queso aspect is a good way of
Yeah,
going.
Yeah.
No,
Queso is...
Fuck it. We cannot let Anthony Precourt ruin queso for us. Fuck that guy. Queso is awesome.
I have a powerful erection for queso. Isn't that what he says?
Yikes.
No?
That's his exact quote. I remember him. I remember him
I
saying that in
believe
the
he
news.
said
I
it while
agree.
he was writing Josh Williams,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I have a powerful erection on Josh Williams' back for cheese.
For cheese, yeah.
That's what he
Right,
said.
yeah.
Moving on, from user ACES Stefan with 2 points, quote, "Looking for a place along I-71 to make a pit stop? Then look no further than the rest stop of love. This place has everything. Adult lady boobies, Angela Porter, the clap, gonorrhea, oral herpes, genital herpes, a strange burning sensation when you pee, ookie cookies, crabs, not the yellow crew kind, a correspondent from the Ralph Shudell show, an acorn-sized penis condom dispenser, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D through Z, chlamydia, Andrew Erickson double fisting roast beef sandwiches in the nude, syphilis, genital warts, Hansi boys, and they even have a Cosby sweater. What's a Cosby sweater, you ask? It's that thing when Josephine's mom eats too many Fruity Pebbles and then gets sick and vomits all over your chest during intercourse. So stop. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I can't wait to see Ben Beachy wear that to the next tailgate.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So stop by the rest stop of love on your next trip down I-71, end quote. I can't even. Darby, your thoughts?
It was funny until they went to the Cosby sweater, and then it just went screaming. Like, that's good. That's, yeah. I mean, that is... If you look up Cosby sweater on Urban Dictionary, there is a definition.
Really?
Yeah.
I think this is what...
And that was it.
This is what the late Greg Benson would call a hotake, because all of that is true about Josephine's mom. She does all of those
I'm
things.
really interested to discover that the rest stop is on 71.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I don't know why, but I always just pictured it as like somewhere along 70, like just outside Springfield.
No. It's
Really?
on 71 between Cincinnati and Columbus.
Is it?
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
By the Hell is Real billboard.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
How dare you, John? Moving on. From user Your Gavin is showing with 2 points, quote, "Why is ACES Radio not sending a correspondent to cover the esports friendlies that Columbus has been involved in recently? Sad. Esports is virtually unbeatable when it comes to digital soccer entertainment and drama," end quote. Ken Etchinson, you're a video game man. Your thoughts on video games?
I can honestly say I've never played a video game in my life.
Son of a... No Pong?
Pawn. Yes,
Okay.
On a
Atari
That counts.
1600?
That counts.
on
Yeah.
a 12-inch.
Did you have the
Megavox
console?
television.
There were 1,000 different Pong consoles. We had the one where it was like the two knobs on the same one, so you had to like touch the
Those
same
are called
thing.
nipples, Morgan.
Yeah, it was just playing with our nipples. My brothers and I did not have fun.
With the static clean film.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself the wrong one, which is what my brother
This
told
is
me.
what your brother said to you?
Yeah.
Repressed childhood memories.
Moving on.
Is there constant references to Sweet Brown on all the takes?
Yeah, there are a lot
I
of
just
them.
wanted to know.
Yes, yeah.
Wait,
100%.
also, with that last one, were you instructed to whisper, or did you just do that instinctively?
What, the ACES Stefan? That's
Yeah.
how he does it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
on SNL. From J. Anthony Precourt. With
Oh, that's
2
an
points.
SNL thing?
Yes.
Oh.
Like Bill Hader.
I know
Took
more
me-
now.
Yeah. Somebody had to explain.
I'll have to
me
look
the
it up
first time.
then.
Oh, it's one of the greatest SNL
Yeah,
things
I've heard of
ever.
it. John Mulaney wrote the
Yes.
character. Yeah.
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 From J. Anthony Precourt with 2 points, quote, the J stands for Jesus. Hashtag save the crew by shortening hot takes. End quote.
Yes, yes, yes.
John does not want that. John,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan. Is that how we save the crew? Guys, all
what
this
it takes.
time, all we had to do was not do this shitty ass segment, and the crew would be saved.
Well, wait for a couple hot takes from now from Ron T. Are you
shit,
leaving?
John's
John's
out.
leaving. Oh, Christ.
That's fairly simple.
All you have to- he thinks that if you walk away, the crew are saved. My friend, how wrong.
If they're not saved, you're going to be in big trouble.
Oh, is he actually leaving?
Yeah, he's packed it up.
Oh, he's actually leaving.
Yeah.
And he left the door open.
He left the door open.
No, he actually took all of his shit.
Yeah.
He left his water bottle, though.
It's kind of drafty in here.
What do you mean, his water bottle? This is nice. Thank you, John.
Yeah, this is really nice.
It's a Camelback.
Can we shut that door? Can we get that door shut? Because I don't think he's coming back. And
Also,
it's
it's
too loud.
not water in here. It might
Just
be,
shut it.
It might be urine.
You can walk in front of the camera. Don't worry about that.
Urine or gin.
There we go.
Yeah, for those of you who are watching on Periscope, there's definitely a yellow liquid in this water bottle. There's a non-zero chance that John's been drinking piss all night.
That's right. That's what this sounds like. That's what pee is. Yep, that's what that sounds like.
That's when
Okay.
you pee from your back.
All right. Well, who was it? Yep, there's John's car driving away.
Well, that's a first.
Well, J. Anthony Precourt, you finally did something with your life. Congrats, pal. Moving on from user I'm Tone. With 2 points, quote, did you guys know that koalas are dumb as fuck? The only food they eat has no nutritional value, and they can't recognize if it's on a flat surface. Also, if a young koala is starving, it will lick its mother's anus until she has diarrhea in its mouth. End quote. Darby Schnarfers, your thoughts?
I think we just found the spirit animal for John Zadar.
Yeah, wow. What's
It's a butt-licking, dumb as fuck animal.
It's like half John, half Greg. It's like Australian and it licks butts.
They smell like eucalyptus.
Yeah. Darby's the mother that will poop into their mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's always fascinating to me. Like koalas, like their only food has such little nutritional value that like nature and evolution has just decided, like, you know what? Instead of like rewarding you for maybe finding an additional food source, we're just going to make you super slow and worthless.
It's one of those things that makes you think maybe evolution isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason koalas should still exist.
Well, first of all, I never have believed in evolution because how can I descend from a monkey if a monkey lives, Darby? Oh, my God.
Can't beat that logic.
Checkmate, atheist. Sad. Slaughtermax. I'm a very religious person. My favorite book is the book of Carl, chapter 1, verse 7. And he's like, come on down to the temple, and we'll talk about
money
who's
stuff.
you know, the things that you can't wear. Oh, he's back, the wet boy. Yeah. Your car literally left. Yeah, you drove away.
Hold on, you sold that.
Wow.
You sold the hell out.
I can't believe you came back.
But you forgot your water bottle.
I really didn't want to. I know that's kind of
You
why I came
literally-
back, actually. I realized I didn't grab everything.
You literally only missed one hot take.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right, fantastic.
But we did compare you to a koala, so there's that.
Oh, they're adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm sure that's not why you compared me to them, but
You should go read that
No, we
later.
did not.
No, there's a butt-licking portion in there that I compared you to.
Yeah. Diarrhea out of a koala's anus is what you missed. And someone licking
why
that
was I
out.
called that?
Well, because it was half Greg, half you.
Yeah.
I know. I do not
apparently-
like these merger.
Baby koalas lick their mom's asses until they have diarrhea, and they eat the
they're
diarrhea.
starving.
So we thought of you instantly.
If they're starving?
If there's only for
Hold on.
starving.
First of all,
That's from user I'm Tony.
does anal licking induce diarrhea in all species?
There's only one way to find out.
You would be the expert on this. You tell us.
Yeah.
Has yet to happen to me.
Columbus Crew podcast. Welcome back, everyone. Moving on from user Ron T with 3 points.
Shitty podcast.
Quote, first of all, John
Literally a
Zadar. First of all, John Zadar, have you saved the crew yet? Why not? So I was sneaking around Obets, looking for stolen banners, and found this poem taped to the inside of Gaston Sorrow's locker of a true bromance. I love you more than my old soccer cleats, the one I'll never give up. I love you more than the perfect field, since all I ever do is warm up. I love you more than Darby loves bingo. Just think about his age and what that means. I love you more than my soccer ball, the one that's perfect for pipit chips. That didn't rhyme.
That didn't rhyme.
Nope. I love you more than Fartbox Yoga, unless it's with Will Trapp's mom. I love you more than Pam loves Morgan, even though that's not that hard. Oh, goddamn. Roasted, Pam. I love you more than the cheering crowds, even if business metrics are bad. I love you more than that perfect kick that Kai Kamara has yet to master. That didn't rhyme.
None of these.
I love you more than John loves hot takes, even if he didn't bother to show up. I love you more than my soccer cleats, the ones that hold all reason.
This is not Ezra Pound, right?
Well, once we get to the end, this might make more sense.
I mean, it is written by Gaston. He's not 100%.
I love
English yet.
Written to.
Oh, it's to Gaston?
I love you more than my coach, my soccer team, and my season. I love you more than winning that MLS Cup that we have yet to reclaim. I can't believe I love you more than the beautiful game. Love, Mike Grella. End quote. Anybody.
Mike wrote that to Gaston.
I think
Yes.
Not iambic pentameter, nothing like that.
It feels
no
weird
haiku.
to like shit on a guy who's new to the team, even though, full disclosure, I always thought Mike Grella was a total douche.
Yeah.
When he played for Red Bulls.
I don't really have any
but
Mike Grella-related hot takes. I think it's sad to roast him, but Ron T is one of the top rappers in the game. So, if he does something, I say it's probably worth it. Ken Etchinson, you got any thoughts about poetry?
I got thoughts about Gorilla. I just think
How did you drop him?
I hope we never
I just
see
don't
him.
think he's. Yeah, I don't think we need to see him on the field.
Yeah, I don't want to see any of our wingers on the field right now. Actually, like none.
Would
of
just
them.
play down two men?
Yeah.
Well, just play straight up the middle.
And Christian Martinez hasn't been bad.
Let's play the 4-2-2-2 with just like a box of midfielders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
It'll
do
be
you,
like.
who do you plan to put
So,
up
like-
top with Jassy? Yeah.
I mean, okay, so 4-2-2.
Like you're like, I don't want to play any
1-1.
wingers, but not if it means Adam
Let's
John
really
has to
stretch
play.
it. Yeah. 4-2-2-1-1. How's that?
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely a formation that exists.
I'm thinking about 2-3 zone. You just go 2-3 zone. Nobody gets tired. People don't know who to box out, but you're going to
Right.
give up some rebounds. It's fine.
I mean, yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well,
Moving the
be
fuck
careful
on.
when you're boxing things out because it might result in diarrhea.
I always am, John. I lick it until it fixes itself. From Morgan's Fun Van for your kids. Great to have you back. With 1 point, quote, to celebrate the undefeated streak all week, the Fun Van will be giving away free children's The Community Kit jerseys, and Morgan will personally take your child into the back of the van to help them change into their new jersey. End quote. John, start your thoughts.
I don't remember planning that portion of things on the Slack, but please don't.
Fake news.
I'm just happy that there aren't shorts accompanying the kit, because then that gets super weird.
Hey, Morgan did place the order. We don't know that there aren't shorts.
It's true. It's true. Tune in to find out.
The For Columbus Kids shorts.
Moving on. From user Mitch from Ohio with 1 point, quote, the only reason Morgan keeps chirping on about smelling good and being great with kids is because it's good for business. The Fun Van isn't going to market itself. I'm tired of all you people complaining and never doing anything about it. If you want to be the poster child for hashtag Save the Fun Van movement, be my guest. Jerseys are delayed because the van took a stop at the rest stop of love. No worries, though. They'll be here soon. Unique logos courtesy of Josephi's mom. Every hashtag Save the Fun Van jersey that gets sold puts 1 can of Axe body spray into Morgan's possession. End quote. I can't believe you've done this. Roast beef sandwiches for everyone, except for the recently deported. End quote. Ken Etchinson, your thoughts? A lot of inside jokes there.
There's a lot of references about roast beef sandwiches.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think you should go to Beefy King and
Wait,
eating
what?
roast beef
What the
sandwiches.
fuck is Beefy King?
Beefy King is a roast beef sandwich.
Is this a
place
thing
in
you're making
Orlando,
up in your mind?
Florida. No.
This is real?
It's a quality thing. The only really
I thought he
redeeming
was just
fact about
ragging on
Orlando,
Burger
Florida.
King and
So it's where you go when you get the bath salt munchies.
Yes, absolutely.
if there's not a face conveniently nearby for you to eat, you go to Beefy King.
Or a koala butt
This
to
is
lick.
the same texture as flayed skin.
Yeah. Did you get rid of all your long sleeve clothes?
Yes, I'm freezing right now.
You stopped.
He's wearing a long sleeve
Well, I mean,
thing now.
like other.
This
Did
is
you have
it.
to dig that?
He
out
bought
of
that when he
somewhere?
got here.
Yeah.
No, this is actually 20 years old.
I mean, I believe that.
It looks like it. Yeah.
Roasted.
That's 100th of Darby's life over there.
Oh my fucking god. Moving on from user Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, with score hidden from an hour ago. Quote, "Sup fellow shitlords, earlier today, Professor Roger D. Knoll from Stanford posted a letter that outlines PSV's commitment to the community package. I've taken the time to read this letter, and I will translate all the economic mumbo-jumbo of my favorite part for you all. In essence, the letter recasts the main elements of the expenditure side of Precourt's business plan as economic benefit to Austin. Translation: this motherfucker thinks that the basic operational costs are an economic benefit. Precourt's gonna go around saying paying his own employees and players is going to benefit Austin. How long until he tries to claim his taxes as direct economic benefit? What does Precourt claim? Two actors juggling a ball count as contribution to the arts? Hashtag parallel paths to basic arithmetic. Hashtag parallel path to blood points. Hashtag Darbs." End quote.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
That was a direct quote from Anthony Precourt. Your thoughts, Drabs?
Are we sure you're not having a stroke tonight? Because
I can't read very well.
You should run through that test of things.
Yeah,
Because I feel like your face is drooping a little bit. You're just
I kinda feel like
rattling
I'm
things
getting
off
sick.
like fucking Richard Suttle at an Austin City Council meeting. It makes no sense. Bad.
Yeah. No, well, as opposed to Richard Suttle, I think more cocaine would actually help me tonight because I'm feeling very tired. That's a
Murderers
Richard
Row,
Suttle
you
joke.
heard it here.
Moving on from user Josephy's mom with score hidden. See below for a list of people I wouldn't have sex with, and there are a bunch of dots, and then and then Darby, the hot take ends, and then it's over. And the joke here, everyone, is that there's a list of people you wouldn't sleep with, and there aren't any people listed. Oh my God, Ken Edgenson, you listen to ACES Radio, you understand these jokes. Your thoughts?
I hate to say I'm out of the loop on this.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
I am.
Oh man, shocking! Can't believe it. Moving on, last hot take of the night, lads, is from Greeley Bad Ideas with score hidden. Quote, "Fuck it, socks and sandals to this council meeting." That's quote. Yeah. Greeley. High Badges party hats, socks and sandals. Slaughtermax. Deanna Troy. William Riker. The clone of William Riker who came from that weird ship. What was his name? What was William Riker's middle name?
William Riker.
Nope. Wore the yellow jersey. And William Riker had the red shirt on.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was it. Yep. Yeah. Fell in love with Deanna Troy, but then he left to go to another one. And so that was the last time we ever heard Thomas Riker. Thomas Riker is what that was.
Oh, from Riker Mega Mall?
That is not right, John. Okay.
We're dealing.
That's it, lads. Last hot take of the night. We have blood points to give away. Drabby Shranfist, the 40-year-old man-child.
Sweet mercy.
Okay.
Yeah, sweet mercy.
All right, here we go. I got to scroll back here. One blood point is going to go to way up here at the top. Hang on. Holy crap! There's a lot of hot takes.
Yeah, there really are.
Gregulator 420 for the Eminem spinoff. That was very good.
All right, 1 point to Greg.
And let's see, 1 point to Oxahuda Hoodle.
Oh, you
just to make
fucker.
You say it every week for the rest of the season.
You fucker. Oh, I can't believe you've done this. Yep. Ken, we're giving away blood points right now. If you'd like to give any blood points away, if you had a favorite hot take, feel free to tell us.
It's going to be the
Oh, did I have two, by the way?
You son of a bitch. God damn it. Yeah, you did too.
Okay, cool.
Sean Sitar.
What?
Your 2 blood points.
I'd like to give one to... I like the Greg thing, the rap.
All right.
And
Greg
then,
Letter 420.
Yeah.
Big night.
I don't know. What are some funny ones?
Ags Attack was upvoted Ace's Archive. You got Top Lad Dave. You got
I'd like to
Ace's
give one to
Stefan.
Ace's Archive.
Ace's Archive. Okay. Wow.
For any particular
using
reason, or
other
just
people's
because
hot
you didn't
takes.
Just because I didn't pay attention to any other ones.
I was kind of in that situation myself.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Yes. My first blood point is going to Greeley Bad Ideas, because that I love.
Socks and sandals.
Is that? Am I hearing that correct? Then Morgan is giving blood points to Dave Greeley.
Yes.
Also,
Big fan.
Dave Greeley's hot take came below the list of people. So technically, Dave Greeley is the one person that Josephine's mom won't sleep with.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
X-Files dropped out MP3, Darbs.
I think that might actually be the first original idea Dave Greeley's ever had, was that hot take.
Yeah.
I don't remember Save the Crew doing that, so I'm just assuming.
Well, I've been doing it at home, John.
Oh.
Socks and sandals. And my last blood point goes to Hi, Darbs, it's Kellyanne.
All right, I deserve that.
Oh, my God. What a rare treat indeed. Another edition of the Battle for the Grand Prize. It's, whatever. Don't talk over the outro, John.
You're in preseason.
I'm thinking Morgan might be older than we've been led to believe.
How do you test someone whether or not they've had a stroke? Hit them in the face? Don't do that.
That's an acronym. It's like safe.
Very long outro, John.
We don't talk over outros, right? I'm sorry about that.
All right, everyone shut up. Don't do this.
That's pretty dang cool.
That was totally unscripted, incidentally. That was just
I'm choking on my spit.
They just both had a moment together. They share one brain, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
Oh, man. Oh, Christ. I was about to tell a story about trying to get my car up a hill and then it happening. That was the best part. You guys are never going to guess what happened. We were on a hill and my car made it up safely. Tune in next week to the Rap Show. Oh, man. Predictions from last week. We have to update them. Let's see. So, Darbs, or who said what now? The guest, said the most likely outcome was a 2-1 Crewzers FC victory. That was very far from being true. It was actually a 0-0 tie. The guests get 0 points, may God have mercy on their soul. John, the wet boy.
Yeah.
You said the most likely outcome last week was a 2-0 or 2-0. Crewzers FC victory, my sweet heavenly father. That was so inaccurate. It was a 0-0 tie. You get no points. May God have mercy on your soul. Drabs, Shranfus, #Darbs. You said the most likely outcome was a 1-0 Crewzers FC victory. That was very far from being true, my friend. It was a 0-0 tie. You get no points. God, mercy.
A lot of people are saying that's the closest you could have gotten without actually predicting it correctly.
Nobody's saying that.
I didn't hear that, John. No, I've been listening.
I was literally out on the streets not 10 minutes ago, and I didn't hear anyone out there saying
Mathematics is saying that.
Morgan Hughes.
Is Mathematics saying that?
Math is saying.
Damn it, Ken.
No, I son of a bitch. You always listen to Ken. You listen to Karen Croc now when they say stuff. Morgan Hughes, continuing champion, number one handsy boy, a.k.a. Officer Carol Seaver. You said the most likely outcome was a 2-2 tie, and sweet Jesus, you were right. It was a 0-0 tie. It was
Very
a tie.
Far.
You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul.
Clearly a flaw.
Wait, maybe we should give the 5 points to the person who's closest instead.
That's kind of what I think.
Yeah. You can't switch the rules in the middle of the
Price is Right rules.
thing.
This is MLS. You absolutely can't.
Right, no,
we can change the rules the fuck now.
No, gentleman's game.
Tifo's Sweat Engineer.
Price is Right rules, closest without
That's
going
not-
over.
All right,
No,
there it is.
sorry.
There it is.
Sad
All right,
failing.
Wait,
that's
shit,
it.
I went over.
Ken
that.
wins.
Can't be a winner.
Nope, failing.
So no points then. Nobody
Sad
gets any
engineer.
points.
No, 5 points.
Except
to
for me, because I was the closest, actually.
No, this is
No, that's literally not true in any interpretation of the word.
this.
Sorry, Darby. We call that pulling a Morgan, where I try to cheat.
No, we don't. We don't call it that.
John has a spreadsheet that actually shows him in the lead right now.
Yeah, it's weird. It doesn't show you guys have any points at all.
It doesn't even have you guys in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is John.
Yeah.
3 times.
No re-racking in the middle of a turn, John. You know the rules. Overall standings. In third place, absentee amateur artist himself, Sean Zatar, the wet boy, 5 points. In third place with John. Drabby Shranfus, the 40-year-old man-child, everyone's favorite ancient ruin, 5 points. In the first place, Solana Max, Yvonne Seagal, all of the failing shitheads who've been on this program, the guests, 10 points. In the first place, number one continuing champion, boy, smells great with kids. The Stack Lord Colin, Lord Prince Stack, has sent me a picture and drew me throwing up on Darby. Fire. Firemouth is what he calls me. 10 points, Morgan Hughes.
Wait,
Yeah.
This isn't a Cosby sweater
I was
thing,
just
is
going to
it?
say, Colin drew a picture of you Cosby sweatering Darby.
Yeah, the entire cast of Star Trek The Next Generation.
How does he know to draw that? Is it a memory from when you had him in the van changing his pants?
Nope, that's fake news. Nope. I've never been in a van. I don't even know what vans are. I don't even drink Pepsi out of a can because it's too close to the word
Because
van.
it rhymes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Moving on. Fantastic. I love this part when I'm in first place, John. Great times. Moving on, we have a game this weekend, lads, against the evil empire known as DC United. Before we talk about the lad upping on the footy pitch, let's hear from Alex Thomas with the weather report in 3, 2, 1.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat? It's gonna rain!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, welcome back. Another edition of the Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman Alex Thomas. Alex, welcome back to the show. How you been, pal?
Morgan, it's so good to be here.
It feels great to have you inside of us, as they say in the industry.
Now that you've served up the meat, how about the potatoes?
2.5 segments of meat and potatoes, Alex.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
we're here for it.
Yeah, I feel good. How's the weather looking this weekend?
You know, it's gotten way better.
Yeah, because a couple days ago it did not look great.
It looked horrendous.
Yeah.
We're talking like snow, sleet, snow sandwich. It was
Moving to
gonna be
Austin
really
at
bad.
halftime weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I have always said that for years now.
Moving to Austin. What?
Yeah. Yeah. If the weather's too bad, you're just like, team's never going to make it here. Back to you. Yeah. So it's getting better. No,
it's going to be good.
Is it rain-free, snow-free, no precipitation?
At this point, it looks so. So it's going to be nice. Then we're not going to have any sun. It's going to be cloudy. But for the people from D.C. making the trip, and for the people that are getting there early, setting up and upping the lads as hard as they can, it's going to be nice. About mid-40s at kickoff.
Oh, that's not terrible.
No rain, a little bit of wind.
How much?
The weird thing is, it's out of the east.
Okay.
It's such a rarity around here. 9 miles an hour out of the east.
Out of the east?
Yeah.
I got to get my bearings. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. East, northeast? Or just straight east?
Flat east.
Okay. Well, that's just going to hit the side of the stadium and we won't feel it inside.
Exactly. It's going to be beautiful inside the stadium.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
That'll be fun.
I might not wear pants.
Did you see the potential... not potential. The stated all-star opponent?
Yeah.
MLS All-Star?
Wasn't it Bayern Munich's youth team or some shit?
Yeah. Some Juve or something.
Oh, it's an Italian team.
Yeah, Italiano. But here, the narrator over the MLS's thing today was Ric Flair, the Nature Boy.
Why?
Yeah. He said it towards the end of the thing. We here. We ready.
Whoa! Did he really?
Yeah, dude.
Like, he's on an MLS video?
Yeah.
Promoting
No.
the
Yeah,
All-Star
he's
game?
the voiceover. We here. We ready.
Is he from Atlanta or something?
Whoa! I don't know.
I thought he was from, like, Michigan. I thought he was from Ann Arbor. He
I
just
was
looks
on
like a pile of shit that's addicted to cocaine.
Plane flight with him once.
Really?
Yeah, he has a timeshare down in where we vacation.
He has a timeshare somewhere?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
He's sweet.
He does sound like he's from Ann Arbor. All right. Anything else from the weather report that we need to be on the lookout for? No?
Nah, we're good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to Uncle Sportsman himself and lifelong partner to Concubine Mary, Alex Thomas.
Thanks, Alex. That gave us enough time to make our score predictions on the dry erase board.
Lovely. Moving on, Crewzers FC taking on the Evil Empire this weekend. Drabby Schranfis, I want to know your thoughts about this game. It's good to be home. I want to know if you think it's going to be great to be home. Back to you.
Oh, it's always good to be home. This game is going to be an early test of our depth. We're losing Will Trapp and Zach Steffen to the international, very important friendly game against, I believe it is Trinidad and Honduras.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Who are we actually playing? America?
Paraguay, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. It doesn't matter because it's a friendly. It's irrelevant.
We should definitely lose like 90% of our starters. Yeah.
Right, yeah, 2 key cogs. But that being said, that's why we are 15 deep at goalkeeper this season.
Oh, yeah.
And why we're 13 deep at defensive midfielder. So I think you're going to have to see something a little different because without Will Trapp to sort of be pulling the strings and making those incisive passes, You're going to have to do stuff a little differently, so it'll be interesting to see how it works.
Yeah. In that same survey we talked about earlier where Harrison Awful was mentioned like the 5th toughest player to play, Will Trapp was like the 2nd most underrated or some shit. So
which is what we've been saying for forever.
I've always said that about him.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Ken Etchinson, number 1 Tifo Sweat engineer boy, as they're calling you on the streets. Your thoughts on the match, my friend? You're home for the game.
Absolutely.
You're going to up the lads from the Nordecke. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm looking for a low-scoring affair with Mr. Abubakar putting one in late.
Ooh, all right. You almost did a score prediction there. I'm glad that you didn't, because that's not what we're doing yet.
I am not doing that yet.
You're very good at this. You're going to replace Darby next week. Sean Sitar, you'll be at the game, my friend. Your thoughts?
I will. I think it's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah?
DC is pretty awful. Their defense specifically is extra bad.
And they're losing a lot of players, like, between injury and international.
Are there Paralympic games this week, too? Who are they losing players to?
This is all their players that are going to be there talking about it.
Are they really losing players?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, like they're losing like maybe 8 to 10.
They're
players
missing,
off their
yes.
roster.
8 to 10 players?
And I
no
didn't
shit.
recognize a single name.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
They
No,
have
maybe
international players, and they're not
Maybe that
playing
was
them.
missing players from their esports roster. Maybe that's
that
what we were
could be-
looking
yeah,
at.
it's like they
What?
also their stadium was listed on the injury report, and
Yeah.
Okay. So then a bad team's going to get even worse. I think that the Crew offense is probably excited after putting up no goals last week, so it'll be good.
Yeah, no,
I think they have something to prove.
I mean, I don't know if it's something to prove, but I just think, our offense is pretty dynamic and high attacking energy, and I think they probably just get really frustrated when they don't score goals, so I think they're probably itching to
Oh, well,
bang
Pedro
somewhere.
Santos must be the most frustrated. Are you about to say the same thing?
Yes. Thank you for getting there first.
Because I was just going to say, like, maybe this is the shit team that Sanch needs to play so he can get off the goddamn...
Adam John can score against DC United, so why can't Pedro?
True, yeah. I mean, Pedro has 1 goal in his career with the Crew, and it was a preseason game. Come on.
Three assists, I think. 2 last year, 1 this year.
Come on, dude. Where you at?
Yeah. Highest paid player in team history.
Yeah. Meet me at the B-dubs. Nothing bad will happen.
Or motherfucking will it?
All right, here we go. Score predictions. Go around the table. Latin term podcast. So start with you, the 40-year-old man-child, Darby Schnarfus. Your score prediction for the match.
All right, I don't entirely disagree with John. I'm going 3-1. Good guys. I do think with a backup keeper and a backup sort of defensive midfielder, probably one gets through, but I think we win this handily, and it's never really much of a contest.
All right.
Hashtag fuck Ohio weather. Hashtag don't fuck Kellyanne.
Boom.
Then why did you?
Roasted.
Son of a bitch.
Awesome. Ken Etchinson, you will be predicting for the guests this week. The guests are going to predict the following score.
And are currently winning, are they not?
No, I'm in first place.
As the representative for the guests, I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 affair for the Cruisers.
Okay, 2-1 Crew.
Yeah.
Cruisers FC. Put that's dangerous. That's a dangerous pick. If we somehow lose 2-1, guests lose 15 points. Everybody blames Ken. Sad failing. John Star, the wet boy.
Yeah, I maintain what I said earlier about it being a pretty lopsided thing, and I don't think we will get scored on.
All right.
So I pick 3-1 as my scoreline. I'm not as worried, actually, about the midfield absence of Trapp as I am about Stefan.
I believe that says 3-0 on your board.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said 3-1.
Oh, sorry. 3-0. Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
3-0. Yep. Artur is the main man in midfield anyways.
Does he take on like the Trapp role?
No.
Or does he just continue
of
to be
doing
him?
what?
Well, because Trapp tends to more often sit deep, and then Artur is a little more box to box.
I think it's Ricardo Clark.
Yeah.
So?
Yeah. I think Ricardo Clark takes Will's spot.
Yeah. If it were Artur out, I think it'd be a boo. But,
Yeah.
I think that Clark's going to be the
Clark
ball
is
buster
a-
back there.
yeah.
He's going to be your midfield boss, Tony Chani, which I know is ironic because Chani played the other midfield role, but he's more of a ball buster than
Yeah.
Abu would get smoked.
I don't want to boo. I want to boo. Abu is more of the guy I would prefer going forward.
Yeah.
I don't want Abu being that guy
I wouldn't prefer him
that
going
drops
forward.
back in between the center back.
But
I would prefer
definitely prefer
Abu.
him not
I would
going
prefer Abu go away forever.
Yeah.
But that's
I prefer
obviously
he go
not
to Orange County FC and Alex Crognell come back.
Right. If we
Come
could
home.
trade him for a different Ghanaian,
Yeah.
maybe plays left back, so we could just have that, like,
That'd be great.
bingo line.
Yep. That'd be great.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Milton, but I really want.
As the expert in bingo here, I'd like to point out it takes 5 to get bingo.
Right,
so.
but you don't play a 5-man back line.
I mean, we could.
No.
Roasted.
But then if you do, then they're not in the line.
Then you need another Ghanaian.
There 2 of them up here.
All right. Okay. All right, Peanut Gallery. Take it easy.
We have 5 Ghanaians, or 4 Ghanaians right now, okay? We'll just play Opoku out of position.
My score prediction, Castle family, is Crewzers FC 3, Evil Empire 1. Hashtag Bills Mafia. I don't remember what digging for poop meant, but I left it on there. Hashtag digging for poop. Hashtag Tom for president. Hashtag save the crew.
I'm thinking of lava.
Oh, that's right. It was a Tobias thing. Great. I'm thinking of lava. Oh, okay. Oh, that's dangerous. Ken, thank you for joining us on segment 3.
Yes.
What a treat that was. How long are you in town for?
I'm leaving on Sunday right after the game, and my daughter was right about segment 3.
Yeah. You don't want to be a part of that.
Always listen to Amanda.
Yeah. You learn stuff from your kids.
That's right.
That's what they say. Let's see. GCG bag. John, what they got going on this weekend?
They're doing a tailgate.
Is that right?
Yep. Kelly does not communicate well, so I have no idea
What a
they're doing.
bitch. What a dirty bitch. Agreed. Darby, what's your name? Drabs.
Yeah.
Drabs, are there any
What's
Save
her
the
name?
Crew volunteer opportunities?
Just come to the game. Just freaking come to the game. I know it's going to be cold. I know it's, the weather might not be optimal. Who fucking cares?
Hey,
We'll
yeah.
have fire pits. We'll have food. We'll have alcohol. You will be great. It will be a good time.
Wear clothes.
You can donate to Chris. It's not for this game, but
Yeah,
the
it's
one
next game.
the one after, we're
Yeah.
taking donations again. The donations cap out at 60 tickets, I believe, right?
For Chris.
Yeah,
For Chris.
And we've got things in the works so that if we exceed the maximum allotment, then
Yes.
it'll go to another good thing.
Yeah,
Chris,
and
it's not the
this
last
is a program
group.
we wanted,
We'll be
continue
with you.
all season, and we're not always just going to focus on Chris. We want to expand to other things too.
We're
Which,
actively
if
working
you
on
want
that.
to be a part of that, not just donating tickets, but if you want to actively be involved in maybe helping facilitate the donations, you want them to contact you.
Yeah, team at
SaveTheCrew.com.
Yeah.
Schnarfus is in charge of that, kind of.
I'm helping to facilitate stuff. I'm
Yes.
in charge of too much shit already. So.
Yes,
Very
but
fucking
hit him up, and we'll get you working on that.
Yeah, put more on Darby's plate.
Don't
He
be
loves it.
discouraged by attendance numbers this week, by the way.
Hell no.
Don't
The second
be-
game always sucks, and we're being put in a bad spot by
Yes.
shitty humans.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody who showed up for episode 77. Ken Edginson, Jo Rodgers, and all the shitlords watching on Periscope. It has been our rare treat to be with you on this dumpster fire of a program.
Shout out Julie Jackson.
Shout out to she
asked
needs to give me my t-shirt back.
Yeah, she needs to
And
take a
all
picture.
Lord Garamo's people said.
You still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You're in bed, just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.